Tonight, our athletes will showcase their skills on the playing field, but these are student athletes who also excel in the classroom. We are so proud of all the work that takes place each day in our school by our hardworking teachers, not just here at Stephen Decatur High School, but all over Worcester County Public Schools. And lastly, I want to thank our Board of Education and our leadership team led by our superintendent, Mr. Lou Taylor, for their dedication to our students. Enjoy the game and go Seahawks!
Hello, my name is Deshaun Purnell, Assistant Principal at Stephen Decatur High School. As a former Seahawks student athlete, I would like to welcome everyone to today's game. As each team represents their respective schools, we remind you that honoring the values of sportsmanship is the essence of every athletic contest. We ask you to accept responsibility as a fan by showing respect for the players, respect for the coaches, respect for the officials, and respect for those around you. Your support and cooperation will allow all athletes involved in this contest to achieve and demonstrate their best.
Hello fans, I'm Jennifer Garten, Assistant Principal at Stephen Decatur High School. I would like to remind everyone at Worcester County Public Schools, number one priority is to ensure the safety and security of our players, coaches, officials, and spectators. Help us keep our facilities and athletic venues safe by immediately reporting any safety concerns to law enforcement or school administrators.
Trevor Hill here, Assistant Principal at Stephen Decatur High School. At this time, please familiarize yourself with the nearest exit in the event of an emergency evacuation. Remember, if you see something, say something. Go Hawks!
Hello, my name is Dr. Kurt Bunning, Athletic Administrator here at Stephen Decatur High School. Fans and players, please be aware that this contest is being streamed live, both audio and video. Conversations in the stands may be audible on the live stream, so please be mindful when conversing, cheering, or commenting on the game. If you have friends or family that could not be here today, please make sure to check us out on YouTube. To find our channel, just search SDHS Sports.
Yep. Hey, welcome everybody. This is Mike Hughes with my man Tyler Riley here for SDHS Sports. We'll be calling the game for you tonight. In just a second, we're going to have defensive intros by our PA announcer, Jamie Greenwood, so we'll be turning it over to him. 2 6-0 teams tonight. Mr. Riley, what you think?
I think this is the premier matchup of the season so far in the Bayside Conference, Mr. Hughes. I'm certainly glad to be back with you in the booth.
Certainly.
Looking over some Friday night lights. It's a beautiful October evening. Man, we've had some great October weather this week, and we are so glad to have you all back tuning in for a home game, man. Feels like it's been forever.
It has been a while. All right, folks, we're back on. We're getting ready for the national anthem here. We had to cut our overhead mic because we had a nasty slap back there. We'll cut it back on now and see if it'll work, but it may happen again. So, defensive starters announced. 23, sophomore Brooks Waters. 21, junior Trey Dorn. Junior, number 7, Delonte Henry. Number 56, junior Garrett Maloney. Number 59, senior Eric Breaka. Number 1, senior Kareem Bolden. Number 0, junior David Chandler. Number 25, junior Sully Alker. Number 5, junior Amarion Manuel. Number 8, junior Ethan Bradshaw. And number 3, senior Gavin Salito. So we got the colors coming out right now. We're going to have the national anthem. And after that, it'll be coin toss and kickoff. So we'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please rise and remain standing. Before we begin tonight's national anthem, we would like to take a moment of silence to remember the Del Mar football team, Del Mar High School, and the entire Del Mar community during this trying time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Singing our national anthem this evening is senior cheerleader Trista Harner.
Cheerleader Trista Harner.
Presenting tonight's colors are the Stephen Decatur High School NJRGC Color Guard under the command of Cadet Connor Tyre. Carrying the organizational flag is Cadet Kristen Ayers. The left and right guards are Cadets Haley Smith and Addison Wild.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow.
Quite the rendition there, Mr. Hughes.
Yes, indeed.
Quite the rendition indeed. That'll give you chills, buddy.
Indeed it will. Trista Harner singing the national anthem. Senior here at Decatur. And just, she's blessed vocally, to say the least.
Yeah.
So,
She might need to get into the
old
psalm band.
In the old Cecilia. Oh, we'll put her in the church band.
In the church band.
The old Psalm 66 band.
Yeah, Psalm 66, buddy.
So the captains are going out. Looks like we've got Salito, Bryson Coleman, Zachary Baker. Let me check on these other numbers. Number 8 is Ethan Bradshaw.
You got an old Brogan Eastlack out there.
Brogan Eastlack, yeah, our captain. So.
Bryson Coleman crowned homecoming king
today.
Yes,
he was, yeah.
In quite a tight race, I heard.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, we heard it was real close.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was a great pep rally this afternoon here out on the field. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And Bryson Coleman, homecoming king.
That's
2023.
Homecoming week here at Decatur. It's been a great one. We had the seniors took the Powder Puff game on Tuesday night, right?
That's what you want to see.
Yeah.
But I also, speaking of which, I heard the faculty was running quite the offense.
Oh yeah.
Out there on the Powder Puff football game.
I was not in attendance this year,
yeah.
but
and are you talking about blocking, pulling the guard? They were running the football, running misdirection.
Okay.
Yeah, the faculty had quite the roster out there
okay.
on. I guess it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was Wednesday night, I think it was, or Tuesday night.
I think it was Tuesday night.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, Mr. Hughes, we're glad to have you back in the booth.
I'm glad to be here.
All right.
Man.
What do you think? We talked a little bit with if you all so graciously tune in to Hawk Talk.
Yeah.
We try and get that done every week to the best of our abilities, and we kind of talk about some keys and some things that we want to see happen, especially for our Seahawks and with what North Carolina could do. So what do you think, Mr. Hughes, back in the booth? What's your key tonight for North Carolina? What's your key for them?
So North Carolina, they got to grind it out. They got to keep the ball out of our offense's hands. It's all about running their wing T. They got 4 guys. I said on Hawk Talk, I said 3 guys. They got 4 guys with around 400 yards on the ground each on the season, and one of those guys being the quarterback, Nasai Bell, who's a load. He's 6'3", 205. And they just got to pound it and keep our offensive guys off the field.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're not going to put the ball through the air, and when they do, it's about a 31% completion rate.
Yeah.
So you're going to see them try and get the time of possession, in their favor, and really try and keep the ball out of our offense's hands. I think that's pretty much what they're going to try and do.
Yeah, these 2 teams met last year twice in the first game, the homecoming game here, 16-14, and North Carolina was able to do that to an extent. Second time, Decatur got ahead 21-6 at halftime, and North Carolina couldn't really come back after that. And ended up being 43-27, I think, a pretty easy victory for Decatur. So it's gonna depend. North Carolina's got the ball first tonight. The kickoff just went through the end zone, so they're going to bring their offense out. Like we said, it'll be led by number 5, Nasai Bell. Number 1, Zamir Smith gets a lot of action. Tyson Weber gets a lot of action too. They got one more guy that runs the ball a good bit for them. Let me see if I can pull that
what they run, Coach McMorris, he's got a lot of wrinkles in this wing T offense that he's been running. He's been, comes with very creative mind. Coach Coleman speaks very highly of him, so let's see what they try and do here.
They hand off right away, and it's number 2, Justice Hall, the one guy whose name I didn't get.
Justice Hall on the carry.
Hall, Zamir Smith, Tyson Weber, and Nasai Bell, all around 400 yards on the year. Their leading receiver only has 6 receptions, so I watched them against Wycomico, against Y-High. I watched that game on DSN, Delmarva Sports Network. And they ran it, and as soon as Y-High came up and tried to stop the run, they threw long, and I expect that's what they're going to try to do.
I mean, they'll put in there a little bit, but you already can tell they're running off counter out of that shotgun formation.
Yeah. So that's Zamir Smith right there on the run to the right side. Picks up a couple. It's going to bring up, is that going to be a first down? It is going to be a first down.
Yeah, so quick first down on the ground. And you can tell, I mean, if you're watching at home, you can see that they have a stacked offensive line. I mean, they're big guys all the way across the board from tackle to tackle. And they are not afraid to kind of impose their will there on our defensive linemen. So we have to have some guys really step up, close the gaps quickly.
Yeah, there's Zamir Smith again up the middle. Runs into his own guy, but he's got about 8 yards on the carry. So yeah, that's going to be. Last year that was really our Achilles heel was run defense. This year it seems to be we've shored that up a little bit, but it's going to be tested tonight.
Yeah, it sure is. So they wanted to make sure now they're tightening up. They're going to maybe have to bring another guy in the box if they are running right, off center or off the guard each time, then they're going to have to, the Seahawks are going to have to bring another guy up in the box, even if it's Kareem or something like that. But we got a flag here. It's like an early start for the Bulldogs. So
start. We're going to have some guests tonight, hopefully. That's going to be exciting. We got Adam Gardner up here in the booth behind us. Adam Gardner started this whole deal, man. He and Stephen Wade on the basketball broadcast.
Oh, yeah. They were very, very impressive to listen to last year. It was really, really nice. And basketball, man, I think that's where we'll stay away.
Yeah.
I think that's where we'll stay away. That's too fast-paced for a couple old Eastern Shore boys, you know what I mean?
So it's going to be second down and about 8 to go here. Man in motion, and Nasai Bell's going to take it on his own. Gets to the outside. He's got some space there, and he's down the sideline a bit. Nice gain from Nasai Bell. Strong runner.
Yeah, so you're trying to beat your man off the blocks, and then you don't know. There's 4 different guys that can carry the football.
Yeah.
So there's also a little bit of, you don't want to say trickery, but, it's a guessing game. It's a guessing game.
It's misdirection, and they'll send that guy up the middle, and they'll bring guys around the end, and they'll fake it, and sometimes they'll pitch it, and sometimes the quarterback will keep it. Sometimes they'll run it right up the middle. It's tough to defend, man.
It is. Air Force Academy, if you watch any of them, you're going to see a lot of this.
Yeah. Yep. So here's a handoff, and that's going to go nowhere this time. Justice Hall stops for about maybe a gain of 1. But Nasai Bell, 6'3", 205. That's a load of a kid right there, man.
I mean, you're talking about you're not going to see many kids. And probably I'd say we're talking to Coach Coleman and the staff, less than 8 or 7 or 8% body fat.
Yeah.
So you're talking 6 foot, obviously, 205, 6'3", 205, and all muscle.
Good kid, too. I saw him in an interview on Sports Network, Delmar Sports Network. We got a pitch to the right here, and he's dragged down in the backfield by number 1, Kareem Bolden right there. Nice stop. Big stop brings up 3rd down. But, yeah, Nasai Bell, well-spoken kid, saw his interview, did a nice job. He's gracious. Seems like a great kid. But we got him now.
Another great kid right there, Kareem Bolden on that tackle. That's your senior leader and one of your most dynamic players on the lower shore and really in the whole entire state. So you got to have these guys, Bryson, Kareem, they got to really make an impact tonight with a couple 6-0s squaring off.
As the season's worn on, Kareem has really started to show up more and more and more on both sides of the ball. And big play there. Gets them exactly where they don't want to be in a passing situation. So Nasai Bell drops. He's going to roll to his left. Man in pursuit. He dumps it off, and it's near picked off by Ethan Bradshaw. But that'll bring up 4th down.
So they did a nice job, and they flushed him, running to his left and, throwing off the body there. And Ethan did a nice job. He almost had a pick, like you said, Mr. Hughes. But, that's what you want to make them do. They're going to want to throw the football, and I don't know what they're going to a little pooch here, read and go, something like that.
And Nasai Bell also is their punter, and he's also a defensive back. So he's going to be on the field plenty tonight for them. He gets it away. Back deep is Kareem. He takes it at about his own 15. Takes it to the right. He's going to have about 12 yards before he's brought down around the 28-yard line. So not bad starting position for this Decatur offense that hasn't scored less than 33 points in any game this year.
Yeah. It's a dynamic offense, Mr. Hughes.
That's a great word for it.
That's what we're looking. I think basically we said that word with Hawk Talk during our rendition probably 25 times to the point where we were getting made fun of. But you're going to see big plays. You're also going to see a lot of, methodology here. They're going to be critical. Bryson's going to spread the football around quite a bit. Okay, and you think about Kareem, all he does, and he touches the ball 4 or 5 times, and that's it, a game. So, just a lot of guys to feed.
3 catches, 2 touchdowns last week, and they're looking for A.J. Cobb right here, and A.J. Cobb's got wheels. He's down the field, still up. He is down to the 1-yard line. A.J. Cobb, nobody saw that coming. Nearly took it to pay dirt. He's about a half a yard short on that play right there.
You have AJ right up the seam,
Yeah.
left wide open. If
Yeah.
we get a replay here, we'll show you again. I mean, just left untouched, right out of the backfield, right up the seam of the middle of the football field. Catches it about the 45-yard line, all the way down to the 1.
Now you got the big package in, the big fellas up front, 3 guys in the backfield with Bryson. This is usually going to be the old brotherly shove, the old tush push. Did he get in? He did.
And just like that.
You called it, man. You said dynamic offense.
Dynamo.
2 plays.
We're tick, 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 tick. Boom. Dynamite.
Yes, sir.
All right.
So
we are gonna get a replay here, I think, Mr. Hughes.
After the extra point, he said.
So in about 13 seconds, Decatur could be up 6-0 and possibly up 7-0 after the East Slack extra point.
And that's exactly what North Carolina did not want. Low snap here. We're going to have a false start maybe. The kick was good, but I don't think it's going to count.
He got it through, but there, it might be a blessing in disguise if they call that, bump it back a few yards.
Oh, it's on the defense. Penalty decline. Extra point's good. Or what? What's that? What did he say?
Listen, last home game, if you tuned in, Mr. Hughes, we had a lot of confusion going
well,
on here.
Encroachment, and he pointed to the defense, but now, and then he said it was declined, but now we're kicking it again. I don't know. And this time it's blocked, so that's a huge deal.
Yeah, not real sure if it. We'll have to get some clarification on that, on why that was declined on a defensive penalty. If the kick was good, or maybe they had to re-kick it anyway before the snap.
Maybe that's what it was. That makes sense.
In our definition of football rules, that's it. Here's a highlight, Mr. Hughes.
So you're going to see Cobb just going right up the middle. Nobody, we're talking about weapons. AJ Cobb is not one that we would have thought of right off the bat.
Right, and as fast, tit for tat as anybody else on the whole roster, especially straight line speed. If AJ gets the ball and can run in that straight line right there, he is hard to catch.
Yeah.
So looked like he was like in the slot, just on the right side, left wide open.
Yeah. AJ just committed to Towson University for baseball next year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
right?
he did. Just our baseball players making plays.
Yeah,
and I know
man.
Mr. Martinick is actually home watching because his O's are actually home watching as well. So hopefully we got Gunnar Henderson and some of the other boys tuning in tonight, since they're not playing baseball anymore this year.
Oh, my Lord. What are you trying to do? People are going to be up here on you in a minute.
Oh, I was told how great they were all summer, Mr. Hughes. And they were all summer.
Oh, yeah. Tyler, you can't see him right now. Maybe we'll have him on camera later, but he's rocking his Phillies jersey as Brogan Eastlack kicks another one out of the back of the end zone. Pretty much every kickoff all year, that's what's happened.
Yeah.
I think I can remember one time that wasn't a touchback.
Yeah, but I think it was with the wind game with all that. It was coming in with a tropical storm.
I think you had one last week that wasn't.
Okay, on the road.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha.
Yeah.
Mr. Hughes, guess what?
What's that?
I'm going to hand my headset over to Mr. Gardner.
All right.
All right, we're going to let him get on here and see what his gridiron stuff is.
Good deal.
Good to see you. Here he is. I'm taking a break. You want a cheeseburger? Let me know.
All right. So Bell back out in the shotgun. Hands off. Justice Hall, who is going to get a couple. How you doing, Adam Gardner?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good. We've never actually met, I don't think, or maybe we have in passing, but I've heard your name for years on the baseball diamond. Out last year, right, with an injury?
Correct. Yep, correct.
But I hear you just started throwing again this week or last week?
I did.
Nice,
This week. So
good deal.
Fun times.
All's going well?
Yes, fall break this weekend. So
okay.
Back up in the press box.
Yeah. You guys were awesome, and you got us a gig. Like, you guys did so great at basketball that they were, like, looking for baseball commentators. So Tyler and I jumped on, and now here we are doing football. So thank you for that. Appreciate it.
Of course. I heard some smack being talked about the Orioles just a second ago.
Yeah, that's true.
What's up with that?
Well,
they had a good year. They're young.
That's 101 wins. Nobody thought that was going to happen. First time in the playoffs, man. I think only one team wins every year. We're going to be around for several years now. We got this young nucleus that's they're going to be great for several years, you know. So everybody should sit back and enjoy that we won over 100 games, relax, and do it again next year.
So I take you're an O's fan.
You know, I don't know. We got a handoff around the left side. It's going to go for about 3 or 4. And that was Tyson Weber. So, you know, I'm just a fan of the game. I'm a sports fan. I don't really have favorite teams. And everybody gets on me about that, you know, because I don't claim anybody really. But if I had to pick a favorite baseball team, it would be the Orioles.
I respect that.
Yeah. So third down here, about 5, 4, 5 maybe. Can't see, they got the louder graphic up, but Seibel's in the shotgun. He takes the snap, hands it off, and that is not going to get there. Maybe 1 yard on it for Justice Hall, and that's it. And it's going to be time to punt again for North Carolina unless they decide to go for it.
You ever play football in your heydays?
I did not.
You did not.
You can't look at this physique and tell. No, you know, I wish I did. I was actually not a terrible athlete. I played soccer and I played baseball. But I knew I wanted to be a music teacher, and I felt like I needed to be in the band. So I didn't want to play football and not be in the band, which turned out I could have done both, but whatever. So, yeah, no organized football for me. How about you?
No organized football. Just, baseball and basketball.
I can't think of 2 better guys to be up here then. That punt is down at the 33-yard line for Decatur. And we'll come right back in just a second when they step on the field for the offensive possession. All right, Decatur takes over their own 33. One play down to the goal line last time around. Cobb's in the slot again, so we'll see if they go back to him here. Bryson in the shotgun, puts Ethan Bradshaw in motion. He's going to take it on his own and go for a couple.
I take a second to appreciate this crowd. I walked in a couple minutes after 6 and just kind of glanced in the bleachers. It is a blackout and then some, but the crowd showed up today.
Jam-packed in here. Huge game, you know, probably the biggest game of the year, 2 6-0 teams. Last week was 2 5-0 teams, so this year's one better than that. I mean, this week is one better than that. Everybody wants to be here. We got the radio station from Easton here. DSN's going to have highlights from here tonight, so this is the place to be. So we got a screen to Tribe Wise, who's going to be near first down. So, Adam, where are you at school now?
I'm at Randolph-Macon College,
Randolph-Macon.
located in Ashland, Virginia.
Awesome. You like it?
Yeah. It's been interesting, but it's been enjoyable, and our fall season has started for baseball.
Nice.
So that runs through Thanksgiving.
And there's another Stephen Decatur alma mater who went to Randolph-Macon, correct?
Hayden Snellsire.
Hayden Snellsire, now playing professionally in the Tampa Bay Rays organization. He's here tonight. If we got time, we may snag him. We'll see.
I think I see him down there, the backwards Randolph-Macon hat.
Yeah, he's down there, right a few rows in front of us.
Be nice to fill in his shoes. Huh?
Yeah, he could be next, man. So we'll hand off there to Jamie and Purnell, and that's going to be about a gain of about 5. Bring up 2nd and 5 here. Jamie stays in the backfield, 4 wideouts. And there's the pump and go. Ethan Bradshaw is wide open.
What a ball.
And he is going to score. And Decatur is out of the chutes and off to the races.
Beautiful touch pass by Coleman.
Yes.
That's poetry in motion.
Yeah, it is. Pump fake, the cornerback bid on it. Bradshaw for about, I don't even know, was that 45-yard touchdown maybe? 50-yard touchdown? I'm not
50,
sure.
yeah.
A professional would know, but you get what you pay for. So Decatur goes up 13-0.
Firing on all cylinders.
12-0, my fault. Eastlack on to take the extra point. So 2 offensive drives, 2 scores for Decatur, and this is like the worst news for North Carolina. They do not want to get in a scoring race.
Hard to catch up.
Yeah. And this kick will get through. So we'll be back in just a minute. It's 13-0 Decatur, 3:57 left in the first quarter. All right, we're coming back in here for the kickoff, 13-0. Nearing the end of the first quarter here. Decatur off to a really hot start. They've only run about 6 plays from scrimmage. 2 long passes. And Eastlak's going to put this one in the end zone again. We always talk what a weapon Broken Eastlak is to have. You know, there's not many high schools that have guys like that who are going to kick it out of the end zone every time. Can kick a 45-yard field goal if you need it. It's just a great weapon.
I mean, just the definition of an athlete, I think, is the best way to put it. Baseball player last year, a stud soccer player, and I mean, I think it's fair to say a stud kicker for the football team as well. I mean, just versatility. You can't ask for much more out of Eastlak.
Yeah. So North Carolina coming out down 13, and we'll see. You know, it's still kind of early. Maybe they'll keep it on the ground the way they like it. They do here. They hand off to number 7, Tyson Weber, who's going to get a few. But they got to put some first downs together to get a drive going, or they're going to be down real quick, even worse. So.
Well, it might be a situation here. You might want to look downfield, try and get a chunk play of your own.
Yeah.
Try and switch the momentum a little bit closer to you, because right now it is all Decatur.
It's so tough. That's not their game. You know, first of all, they want to run and not throw. Here they got Zymir Smith coming to the right side. He may get a first down there. He's pretty close. They want to keep it on the ground. And we're deep in the defensive backfield. We got just guy after guy after guy, you know.
It's a good problem to have.
It is a great problem to have.
And there's nothing wrong with really, you know, playing smash mouth type football, but it gets to a point where you get down by so much, not saying they are right now, but where you're going to have to throw. So this is a big possession for them, I know, early in the game, but want to try and get some points on the board.
Yeah, they got to score here, I would say. And here comes Smith again. He's going to get a couple. He's going to get looks like about 6, I guess. It'll be second down. So you and Steven on the basketball broadcast, how did that come about?
So one of the first games of the year against Bennett of last winter, Steven and I were sitting courtside, part of the small student section we had, and I got a text from Mr. Ron Kinnair saying, come check out the gadgets I have. So Steven and I walked over across the court and saw the array of technology in front of us, and he handed us 2 pairs of headsets, and from then on, it kind of took off.
The rest is history.
I mean, I think we both just kind of realized then and there that we were passionate about that. So, and I can't express my gratitude for Mr. Kinnair for giving me the chance.
Yeah.
It's a passion of mine. So,
right on. So big third down here. They fake to the man in motion and go up the middle. He's very close. I think they've spotted him just across the 40, so that will be a first down. Now, is that your major at Randolph-Macon?
Right now it is. I am studying communications. So this last probably half year to a year has really kind of given me a passion that I want to pursue.
Yeah.
Always keep my options open, but for right now, this is by far my passion, and I love doing it.
Yeah.
First thing I I just got home about an hour ago, and I just immediately wanted to come
Right
and
here.
announce.
Yeah,
It's
right
just,
on,
It's
right
just
on.
what I love to do.
Well, we're glad you did. And, you know, it's a good time to shout out Ron Kinnear, who's done just amazing things with this broadcast, and Dave Dotson. Both of these guys work so hard. It's not really their job. You know, it's a passion of theirs as well. And they do a phenomenal job bringing this YouTube broadcast to life and working the scoreboard and the Hawk Talk, the whole SDHS Sports YouTube channel. Those guys really make it go.
I was going to ask about the Hawk Talk. How do you like that? That is awesome.
Yeah, it's
love
cool. I don't like it as much as doing this.
Yeah.
Like but we have a good time. You know, we're just some old dudes that like to talk about sports.
Nothing wrong with it.
Somebody gives us a platform to do so. So this is Justice Hall again. He's going to be real close to a first down again. And this is what North Carolina needs. If they can get some points on the board, preferably a touchdown, then they're back in it. If they don't and Decatur scores again, it's going to be tough sledding for those guys. So they are moving the chain. Yeah, so for me, it's always something I wanted to try. I can remember being younger and playing video games, and I would commentate to myself, you know.
You know, that's oddly relatable.
Is it really?
I've done that plenty of times. Don't think you're weird for doing that.
No.
Completely normal for me. I used to love doing it.
Yeah.
So now this is like reality.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Like talking to someone else while a sports game being played. It doesn't get better.
Exactly. Wait till you get paid for it. That'd be man. I'm still waiting for that day too.
I don't think he heard you.
So it's about a 1 yard gain. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 here. About 45 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And this is what Carolina needs to do. Just put some first downs together, take some time off the clock, give their defense a rest. Here comes Smith in motion. They give it to him to the right side. And he's going to get about 2 before he's brought down. It's going to bring up the 3rd and fairly long.
A lot of motion in the backfield for North Carolina, I've noticed.
Yeah.
A lot of misdirection. Trying to get Decatur's defense to shift one way or the other, but again, staying pretty stout.
Yeah.
Doing a good job. 3rd and 7, I mean, big for North Carolina. You are in 4-down territory, I would say.
You almost have to think so. I think the quarter's going to run out here, though. And it did. The quarter ran out. So that's going to do it for the first quarter. You're 13-0. I got my man Adam Gardner here, freshman at Randolph-Macon, and one of the OGs of the SDHS Sports commentator booth. And we'll be back in just a bit. 13-0. Decatur leads. All right, we're coming back here at the beginning of the second quarter. Got Tyler Riley back on here.
I guess.
Adam Gardner will be around. We'll probably bring him back in a little while. He actually knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
But
I got to say, I kind of was like a sad puppy sitting over there on the steps up top. I felt like I needed like some binoculars or like a scouting report or something to go through, maybe look at some linebacker play or something like that. Man, Adam is quite a nice young man and really has a passion for what we're doing here. And, you know, he kicked off something special possibly for future Stephen Decatur or Worcester County.
Indeed.
I think school, kids might have sports communication class down the road. So
So big fourth down here now. It's Nasai Bell ran for about 2 or 3 and did not get it. And fourth down here, he's not going to get it either. That's going to be a stop, a turnover on downs for Decatur. And real bad news for North Carolina, who have not shown that they can stop this offense yet.
Well, I understand, 13-0. You're down, obviously, 13 points with some quick math.
Yeah.
But, that you really want to concentrate on field position there. It might have been a little too soon. Now, they were there and, driving on us and going for it. I get it. But, I mean, if you can pin our offense deep, inside the 10 at least, giving yourselves a little bit of an opportunity. But, right here at the 41-yard line, that's a big miss there.
Yeah.
Big miss. So we'll see. Maybe not.
See,
maybe they'll hold. Who knows?
Maybe not. So we got bunch formation on the right here. In the backfield, Trey Dorn with Bryson Coleman now. And Bryson takes a snap, rolls to the right. He's going to take it himself, and he's going to be stopped for a couple yard loss there. Looked like he jumped outside when he maybe should have cut inside, and gets taken down for a loss of about 2.
Yeah, sometimes in the headset, I don't know if we play it back and listen, you might hear Coach Croto, the offensive coordinator here for Stephen Decatur Seahawks.
We're not claiming any of that.
Voices displeasure.
If you hear something in the background, it is not us.
Yeah, it's just some random XM radio station that's linking in here.
There's a lot going on. We got Jamie Greenwood next to us, the PA announcer. We got the offensive coordinator down from us. A lot happening. So Bryson fakes the throw, goes deep to Tribe Watson. It's broken up by Tyson Weber there. Nice play defensively. That's going to bring up 3rd down and long here.
Yeah, rare underthrow there from Bryson. Maybe got a little too much air underneath of it.
Yeah.
Maybe want to shoot that ball about 3 or 4 yards farther down, let Tribe try and run underneath of it.
It looked like he may have had a step on the guy, and he definitely has some height on the guy. Tribe goes about 6'5". Weber goes about 5'10". So, but nice play defensively.
Yeah, did a nice job in coverage there.
3rd and long here. Dorn's still in the backfield. We got Wise closest to us, Salido, Bolden over in the slot, and I can't tell who's over on the far side. But Bryson's going to throw, and the rush comes. It's Piava's chasing him. Bryson rolls and throws, and that one's picked. By number 1, who's got some wheels. Zymir Smith is going to bring it back to the 31, and that's a huge turnover right there.
Yeah, nice job. He's, by Zymir Smith, I mean, the premier athlete for North Carolina High School. He sees Bryson flushed out. He throws across his body on the run, and that usually spells bad news for the offense there. So he just easily came across playing a 1 deep safety there and picked that ball off relatively easily.
Yeah, it's a big turn of events there for North Carolina, and that changes things a lot for them. Short field now. They can get some points on the board.
Yeah, so they're basically right back where they started. That's a big stop for their defense.
Changes the whole complexion of the game if they can score here. Here we go. About 5 yards on the carry here from Nasai Bell. Maybe 6.
Yep. So we got to see here. This is a character test, obviously, for the defense. Now that they're still probably going to be running the football, but I wouldn't be shocked if there is some sort of misdirection and maybe a screen of some kind or just a quick hitter. Maybe try and mix it up and see if they can get the ball into the end zone. So,
2nd and 4 here. Bell in the shotgun brings all kinds of motion there. Flags fly. That's going to be a false start on the offense, I think.
Hey, look, I mean, tell you what, when you're running this, I guess they were calling it like a combination wing tee out of shotgun.
Yeah.
There's so many pre-snap responsibilities and things like that these kids run. That's a complex offense to run. I can't imagine the reps that they have to go through to make sure that they're not moving pre-snap. Mm-hmm. If something looks off, and the defender jumps, and they're going to get banged for it. So,
So that moves them back 5. It's 3rd and 9 now. Again, in a passing situation, which is where North Carolina doesn't really want to be. Smith goes in motion. They hand it to him to the right. And he's going to be close. No, he's not going to be close. My fault. He's going to get about 5.
It's going to be 4th and 4 or so.
Is it third? The scoreboard said it was third and 9.
Yeah, it's 4th and 3 right now. But
the marker says it's third down. It's third down.
Yeah, it's actually, I was going to say it's third down and 3. Yeah.
All right, so a big third down here for North Carolina.
I'll tell you one thing I am doing is writing down some of these plays for my flag football offense on Wednesday nights.
Good idea. Bell takes a snap. He's going to run it. He is going to go ahead for about 5 yards, and that's going to be a first down there for North Carolina.
It looked like there was a little bit of, like, pause from guys on both sides of the football, like there was a whistle of some kind or
something.
Yeah, everybody kind of paused in motion there for, like, just a split second, and it was an easy first down pickup.
Yeah. So 1st and 10 from the 19 now. Caroline moving the ball here. Yeah, they dodged the bullet there after that 4th down stop. Here's a handoff to Zymir Smith, and he's only going to get about 2 or 3. And we got a man down, and that's Kareem Bolden.
Yeah, Zymir Smith, man. I mean, his feet, when he's got the football in his hands, his feet are like barely touching the turf.
Yeah.
I mean, he's cutting and weaving and just moving his lightning fast feet.
Yeah. So Kareem is down. It looks like he's in a decent amount of pain. We're going to take a break here in just a second. We'll be back. Decatur leads 13-0. North Carolina is driving. All right, so they're carrying Kareem Bolden off. Looks like maybe a left leg injury.
Not to be too pessimistic, but that does not look very good for Mr. Bolden, and that is just a shame.
Hopefully it's just a twisted ankle or something along those lines.
That's what we're hoping for. Yep, that's what we're hoping for. That's a tough pill right there.
Yeah. So 2nd and 7 here. Caroline with the ball, and the side bell is going to take it, and he's got some room, and he's down to the 10.
Big tackle there.
Going to be real close to a first down again.
Looked like, was that Ethan Bradshaw in on that tackle?
I'm not sure.
I think it was.
And that is going to be a first down. So Caroline moving it now. Big turn of events. You know, that 4th down stop for Decatur defense, and then we throw the interception right away. Totally shifted things. It looked like we could have really put this thing away early, and now we got a game again.
Yeah, sometimes when you've got a lead like that and you're going down for, putting your foot on the opponent's throat, you need to just be real, real careful. Don't turn the football over. And hats off to North Carolina for capitalizing.
Yeah. So Masai Bell takes the snap there, and he goes forward. Looks like he's right back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. That'll bring up 2nd down and goal from about the 9.
Yeah, big test for you don't see in our offense backed all the way down on long drives like this, inside our own territory. So this is a good learning moment for our defense.
They've been on the
crunch time.
On the field for a good bit here. Like we said earlier, that's a big guy running at you. And he hands off here to, I can't see who it is, but he's down to about the 3-yard line. Looks like it might have been Zymir Smith by the way he was running, and it was. So down to the 3. And that's going to be 3rd and goal from about the 3-yard line.
Actually, Mike, I think I think where they possess the ball, they have a shot at getting, if they get inside the, I don't know.
I don't think so. There's no
linked.
first down
Okay,
marker.
yeah, I don't see. Okay, they pulled the chains back. Yeah, so it's this third and goal.
Third and goal here
On
from
the
about three.
Yeah.
He's got Justice Hall in the backfield with him.
2 wide out, split left this time. But
And he's juggles the snap and takes it on his own down to about the 2, maybe down to the 1. So it's going to be 4th and 1 here, and I'd imagine they'll go for it. For that big offensive line.
yeah, you might not get any closer than you are right now.
Yeah.
Looks like there's a big hold here.
Yeah.
Big play.
So they're going to come. What are they doing here?
They just subbed in.
Yeah.
Looks like
12,
another.
look like.
Yeah, and another. I think they listed him as an eligible lineman, but I don't see him on the
I
roster.
don't either.
So they subbed in a mystery man out there.
So Masai-Bell's in the shotgun. He takes it up the middle, and he's in there for the touchdown. So a huge turn of events. North Carolina gets on the board now, 13-6 instead of going down big, potentially 20-0. Got a pretty big swing there, and North Carolina's back in the game.
Hey, points off turnovers, right? I mean, if you can score, whatever team can actually get points on the board, you know, on drives off turnovers, man, I mean, that can be such a key to getting yourself back into a ball game where you could have been really in a hole that you couldn't dig yourself out of. So
they're going to kick the extra point here. And it is no good. Oh, it is good. It wasn't good, then it was good. All right, so it's 13-7. About 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter. Decatur leads. We'll be right back.
all right, here's a quick replay. I want to see. I think he thought the football went underneath the crossbar.
She went through there.
So just barely over that right 90-degree angle.
I mean, you can't really miss that call. Like the ref was standing right underneath that, so I would hope he saw it.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, from our angle, it looked like it went underneath. So, I mean, they were looking right at it.
Well, they stood there for a long, long time with their arms kind of out wide, like they said, no good. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Regardless,
Hey,
it's now 13-7.
I don't want to be out there making any of these calls.
Me neither. Me neither.
All right.
So Carolina.
This is a big offensive possession here for our Seahawks.
Yeah. And a little pooch kick here is going to be caught short by Ethan Bradshaw at the 30. And he's got space.
Boy.
He's got space. He's got speed. He's going down the right side, down to about the 20 before he's pushed out. Huge answer there on the pooch kick.
Speed kills.
Yes, it does.
And you can't, a lot of times when you've got that type of plus level speed, Mr. Hughes, you know, you really just tip your hat, and if you're on North Carolina's side, hoping you get somebody push him out before he gets into the end zone. So that's a huge return there. What an answer. So
Decatur will have the ball at the North Carolina 26 to start here, ahead 13-7.
Yeah, so really a chance now to look at North Carolina's red zone defense.
Yeah.
I mean, we had two long scoring possessions there.
Two long passes.
Two long passes. Yeah. So really going to see a battle of wills here inside the red zone or close to it.
Coleman with Jamion Purnell on the backfield with him. He goes left, and he's going to take it on his own, and he'll get about 2 maybe. They're going to say 3. on the gain and to bring up 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that was tough sledding there. North Carolina did a nice job following Bryson. You know, he decided to keep and instead of pitch left, and they were able to wrap him up. That was big tackling job there by the Bulldogs. Well, they got the box filled. They're bringing everybody.
Yeah. And screen out to
quick
David
hitter.
Chandler, and he's going to get away from the first guy and carry another guy down to about the 20 or the 15 near first down.
Hey, that's just I'm stronger than you, and I'm going to really impose my will on you and try and drag this thing as far as I can go.
He gave that guy a piggyback ride for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, you're talking David Chandler, we talk about guys with size, 6'2", 170, and I think maybe even be a little more lbs than that, and he carries a heavier load than that 170. That's for sure.
There's a snap to give to Jamie Purnell. He's just going to be stopped almost immediately. Maybe lost one on this.
Yeah, so North Carolina, man, their offensive and defensive line are absolutely no joke.
They got big boys.
They got big guys, and they got hungry dogs on both sides too.
Yeah.
And listen, a lot of these boys, these Caroline County boys, aren't afraid to play both sides of the football. So they're foaming at the mouth.
Yeah.
every
Nasai Bell
second.
over there lined up at cornerback on the wide man. So here's he pulls it back and goes over the middle. It's knocked away. Knocked away by Corey Bunce.
It's a nice job. Little RPO fake heave on a quick slant. And he got who would you say was the defender that knocked that ball away? Bunce?
Looked like number 8, Corey Bunce.
Yeah, Bunce. He's done a nice job. He's been around the football tonight.
Yeah. Well, they got some ballers. The Piavis brothers are some pretty good defensive players from North Carolina. I see them on X every once in a while, some of their highlights. These are tough kids. You don't get to 6-0
without having tough football players.
Yeah.
Tough kids in general. I mean, it's in the Bayside North. I mean, there's a lot of bad blood up there. They're ready to.
Yeah.
Another big.
So there's Piavis right there, knocking that one down on 3rd and 12, and that's going to bring up 4th and 12, and Decatur is going to bring kicker on. So.
Yeah, right there. That was a little bit like Bryson held the football a little bit too long. Right, gave Piavis a nice opportunity to get his hand up and knock it down. I mean, and Bryson's 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
So that just right there was just holding the football a little bit too long. He had his guy in the flat, and he just didn't get it to him.
Yeah. So this will be Eastlack coming on for about a 35-yard try maybe. Snap, kick is up, and it is good. So that'll make it 16-7, 35-yard goal from Eastlack. We'll be back in just a second. Stay with it.
Another quick shout out to our fireworks sponsor, the Atlantic Orthopedics, Drs. Bex, Pascucci, Driving School, Will Esham, the Law Farms, Coats, and Secrets. We'd also like to welcome the class of 1973, celebrating 50 years this weekend. Congratulations to you guys, and thanks for coming out and supporting Steve Decatur Athletics.
All right. 3:32 left in the second quarter. It's 16-7. Decatur leads. Eastlack about to kick off here. And he puts this one deep. And it looks like Zamir Smith's going to be able to bring this one back. He does. This guy's got some moves. And he's out to about the 28-yard line before he's brought down.
Good field position for the Bulldogs to start.
Bad.
But that was a nice answer. Listen, you want to get points on the board. After North Carolina scores on a turnover, uncharacteristic turnover from Bryson Coleman, you at least want to go down and get points on the board, and that's what we did.
Yeah.
Of course, you want to score. Everybody wants touchdowns and the flash and this putting 6 on the board. But making sure you get at least 3 with a weapon like Eastlag is huge. That was critical there for our offense.
So Masai Bell comes back again. Zymer Smith in motion, hands to him to the right side. He's dropped immediately there by number 3, Gavin Salido. Maybe gets a yard before he's brought down.
When you need a play,
hey, look to your seniors.
Look to your seniors.
And look to Salido.
And and Salido's going to, when you need a play, he's going to be there. Or he's going to be trying to get himself there, that's for sure. If he's not around the nose of the football, he's trying his best to get there.
There's a shot of the student section there. Jam-packed in here on the blackout nights. These black uniforms, I love these black uniforms on the Decatur kids. So 2nd and 10 here. Looks like maybe 2nd and 10. Bell in the backfield. Zymer Smith comes in motion again. Fake the pitch. They bring it the other way, and nowhere to go for number 7, Tyson Weber there. He's dropped immediately.
And sometimes it only takes, getting your butt kicked a little bit to make some adjustments and to really dig down and find out what you got going on. You got manhandled on your last drive. They really just ran it right down your throat, and got on the board. So, you got to look in the mirror a little bit. There's nothing wrong with adversity. Yeah. Nothing wrong with it at all.
So 3rd and long. And fakes the handoff. He's going to drop back and scramble. May run on his own. No, he throws, and there's nobody anywhere near. And that's going to bring up 4th and long. And that's what Decatur needs to do, get him in these 3rd and long situations. They don't throw super well.
All right, so while North Carolina gets ready to punt, I'm punting my headset back to Mr. Gardner again to see if my contract fully expires by the end of this football game, Mr. Hughes.
All right,
Mr.
man.
Gardner, back in action, buddy.
So it's going to be 4th down. Looks like Caroline's going to punt from their own 28. High snap, but gets the kick away. And that's going to be David Chandler on the return, who comes down the left sideline. Chandler is going to get out to about the 50-yard line before he's brought down.
Said that name a lot during the winter.
Oh, man.
Quite the athlete.
And, hopefully Kareem Bolden is okay. I'm not sure, but wait till you see that kid on the basketball court.
I've seen some film.
Oh, my gosh.
It's going to be a fun team to watch, just like Stephen Decatur's football team.
Right. Yeah, tribe-wise, 6'5". Bryson Coleman, 6'5", 6'6". David Chandler, who's got just hops. Kareem's, who's got unbelievable hops. Zachary Baker. They're stacked just like the football team is stacked. So it should be a great year for them as well. So Decatur comes up 16-7, right on the 50-yard line here. Minute 43 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. And I'm not sure what we're waiting on here. The officials are all talking.
I'm no coach or coordinator, but if there's one thing I would tell this Decatur offense is just don't turn the ball over. Really don't give North Carolina a chance with good field positioning.
Right.
We saw their only touchdown come from a turnover.
Yeah.
It's the one thing you can't have this late in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, and it was quite a momentum turn there. We got to stop on 4th down, and I felt like, okay, they haven't stopped us yet. We're going to go down and score. Then we throw the interception. Then they come down and score. Totally turn the game on its head. But then Decatur comes back, puts a field goal on the board, and gets a defensive stop there.
During the kick, hold on the receiving team. Follow 10 yards.
All right, so they're going to call a hold on the receiving team on the punt. So we're going to be backed up here to about the 35. Looks like is where Decatur will start. Where are they going? Yeah, they're going even further back.
So I know you said you're just a sports fan.
Yeah.
But you have a specific NFL team? Took us back a lot.
I really can't talk about that in public.
Gotcha.
I could, but I'd be chastised. I'd be called a bandwagon jumper.
Yeah.
No, I went to school at Westchester University outside of Philadelphia.
All
we
right.
played it. My marching band, I was a big marching band guy. We played at halftime of the Philadelphia Eagles football game, so I'm an Eagles fan, believe it or not.
You got a reason.
Yeah. So here's Bryson, takes it to the right, gets some space. Bryson's going to go, cuts it back. He's all the way out to about the 47 of North Carolina. Nearly broke that one. Huge gain.
We saw a couple drives ago. He had a similar run to the other sideline, didn't cut it upfield. This one, you can tell he made the adjustment, cuts it upfield, gets 30 yards.
100%, yeah.
Great adjustment.
Looking like Jalen Hurts. Or Lamar Jackson for you Ravens fans.
I am actually not a Baltimore fan.
You're not?
I'm a Washington Commanders fan.
Oh, gosh.
So.
That takes a lot of guts to say that, too.
Yeah.
For different reasons.
It's a little embarrassing, yeah.
So the clock tickens down to 1:15. Ball on the Carolina 46. Bryson drops back to throw. He's under pressure. He scrambles to the left. He's got room again, and he's going to go out of bounds around the 37-yard line.
Great pocket presence, pocket awareness, getting out of the pocket, getting a nice jump.
Yeah, we said this on Hawk Talk a few weeks ago, that he just always looks like he's in control. You know, he's
That's a perfect way to put it.
Been in this offense for several years now, been quarterback of it for this is second year, and he got time as a sophomore too, you know, in blowouts. And he just looks like he's in control.
I can agree with that. It just looks like he belongs there.
Yeah, he's moving at a different speed almost than everybody else, mentally and physically, you know. So 2nd and 2, Coleman drops the throw, and he goes long. He's got a man down there, and it's number 4, Zachary Baker for the touchdown.
And that is a huge blow to North Carolina.
That is a backbreaker.
Another great throw from Coleman. We've seen a couple of those already in this first half. Icing on the cake.
Yeah, he dropped that right in there, man. That was a beautiful pass. You know, we've said just weapon after weapon after weapon on the outside for Decatur. Chandler, Wise, Baker, Bolden, Amari Manuel, Gavin Salee. You know, there's just so many guys that, you know, not many high school defenses can cover all those dudes. So 22-7 now. Brogan Eastlack on for the extra points. As close to automatic as a high school kid gets, and he's got it.
I thought you were trying to jinx him there for a second.
I've done that. I jinxed a no-hitter during baseball season, man.
Did you?
Yeah.
I didn't catch that. Wow.
Yeah, I sure did.
So we can blame it on you.
Yes. I forget who was pitching. It might have been, I can't remember. But, yeah, I said it on air that he has a no-hitter. And, of course, that was it. Like, why? I've been around baseball my whole life. I know better. But anyway, it's 23-7, 59 seconds here left in the second quarter. We'll be right back.
Don't forget, we'd like to send a big thanks to our anchor sponsors on our scoreboard, Atlantic General Hospital, Park Children's, Preston Auto Group, the Bank of Ocean City, Taylor Bank, the Town of Ocean City, Team Productions, and Bradley and
All right, Brogan Eastlack with another kickoff through the end zone.
You know, as we await this 1st and 10 from North Carolina, I want to propose to you a question.
Okay.
So you've had enough experience with football, and you did the baseball season last year. Which one, do you have a preference?
Oh, man.
Two completely different games.
It is. It's way different. It's way different. Football moves fast.
Oh, yeah.
It really does. You don't think it does, but a lot happens in a short amount of time. So that's fun. I like that. But also, like, you know, it's great to just sit out at the baseball field. There's nothing like, you know, since I think baseball has been my sport since I was tiny. Like, played it, coached it, and now I've been in the booth for it. And, you know, every spring when I smell the grass cut, I get that bug, you know, so it's just great to be out there and just relax at the baseball field, talking baseball. Here's a long throw, and that's going to be over everybody. So, yeah, you know, it's just different. The excitement of, you know, the Friday night experience here, what this has become the last few years with the fireworks and the theme nights and the student section, and it's just a great experience. So the energy of being here is great.
Yeah, it's a really good topic you just brought up. I remember freshman year, go all the way back to 2019. we didn't have like these kind of student sections,
Mhm.
and I know going into like 2021, like it has grown immensely.
Yeah.
As a just not even just parents coming, but just people around the town just wanting to come and watch
Mhm.
this team.
Yeah.
And they definitely give them a show.
Yeah. The side bell here scrambling for his life throws, and that's going to be knocked away by or Dave and Chandler. And we got a flag down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. Maybe was he across the line of scrimmage when he threw?
I don't know. I was thinking that during the play.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Or did they hit him late? See what the ref says. The ref's not going to say. Did they pick the flag? Oh.
There it is.
Yeah, we called it. It was
You're like
illegal
Tony
forward
Romo.
pass. I know, right? If I start calling defenses before that guy, his first year, he was amazing, man.
Oh,
He was
people
saying,
were
"Look,
stunned.
look, he should look at the slot receiver on this," and then boom, right to the slot receiver. He doesn't do that as much anymore. I don't feel like.
And
But
what's crazy though is when he does it nowadays, people really don't appreciate it anymore. They just
Yeah,
think
yeah.
like, oh, it's getting old. I still find it thoroughly impressive.
yeah, here's a handoff inside to Justice Hall. It's going to go for about 6 or 7, maybe 8. I don't know that. The quarterback was not in the side bell on that play. I can't tell. Is he down on the far sideline?
We did have a player down during that flag. Could be.
The side bell was not on the field during that play.
I mean, that's something you don't want to hear.
No.
Just regardless.
Yeah. He did take a hit, I think, as he released the ball on that throw where he was across the line. I didn't really see. I followed the ball to the receiver, but I think it looked like Corey Bunce was behind center on that last play. We'll see what we can find out there. But we got a timeout here. 39 seconds left in the second quarter. It's 23-7 Decatur. 4th and 4 here. And the side bell, if he's out, is also their punter. So they're going to punt here. Yeah, it looks like Bunce is back to punt the ball. So we'll see. We'll keep our eye on that. It looks like the side bell is down on the other side of the field, over on the sideline. So Bunce is going to punt. He's not the normal punter. 39 seconds here. If he shanks one, he does not shank one. He nailed that one. And Coleman's back to get it. Takes it to the right side. And he's going to be across the 50. He's got a wall there. He's going down the sideline, and he's going to be out at the 20 before he's pulled down. And he took somebody out on it. Man, we got people down everywhere. I'm not sure who's down on the sideline.
I watched Coleman return punts and just run an open field. I swear to you, he might have taken 5 steps there.
Right.
The strides are ridiculous.
He's like a gazelle, isn't he?
That's a good way to put it,
Yeah.
gazelle.
He's
We got a flag though
we
on
got
the
a
return.
hold on
That's
the
big.
return. Yeah, it's going to come all the way back. But here's the replay, which is all null and void now. All the way down to the 20. So
You know, I gotta say the replay didn't show the full extent of it, but I also thought if you're gonna call a hold there, it seemed like the hit was rather late down on the sidelines.
True,
Bryson
true.
was taking his momentum out of bounds, but just gotta work with what you're given.
Yeah.
So we'll
Was
see
that-
what Decatur can do.
was that Principal Sites that got taken out on the sideline? I think it was. Oh, it was a photographer. Are you sure? Okay. All right. So we're going to back that one all the way back to the Decatur 42-yard line. But, yeah, Coleman's like a gazelle. He's going to be doing that in the SEC next year at Vanderbilt.
Awesome.
Pretty excited to see that. You know, just with the rise of this program, we've got Luke Mergott at Duke. I got my Air Mergotts on right now.
Look at that.
My Duke Nikes.
Shout out Luke Mergott.
Yes. And now we're going to have Bryson at Vanderbilt. And, you know, Eastlack is a 4-star kicking prospect as well. So he's going to be somewhere most likely next season as well. So Coleman goes down out of bounds here. They're not going to throw a flag. He's going to be near the first down with 20 seconds left.
Yeah, another late shove.
Yeah.
Good job by Coleman keeping his balance. He stumbled before even getting hit. Still pushed the pile enough for a decent gain.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out one of my dear friends that we were talking about. Stephen Wade is watching.
Oh, yeah. All right, Stephen.
I will tell you, Stephen Wade is watching.
Stephen, he's at Messiah, correct?
Correct.
Nice. Stephen Wade, we said it on the baseball broadcast many times what a great guy Stephen Wade is.
Absolute gentleman.
Yes, he is. I've been lucky enough to know him and his family for quite a while. So Bryson's going to throw here with a little pressure. Oh, Tribe-Wise can't hold it in. He was wide open.
What a throw cross body for Coleman.
Piavis got loose on the pass rush from North Carolina. Coleman got the pass off, hit Tribe-Wise right in stride, and Tribe couldn't quite bring it in. So that's going to bring up second down and 10. Still 14 seconds left. Decatur looks like they're going to shoot for another score here. Try to put this one away before half. Coleman in the shotgun. Trey Dorn in the backfield with him. He drops the throw again. And he's looking long, and it's Tribe-Wise again. This time he's caught it, and he's gone. Touchdown, Decatur from 48 yards away. 29-7 with 7 seconds left. Shoot the fireworks. Decatur running away with it at this point.
2 words, gut punch. Yeah. North Carolina, that is not what you need nor want to end the second quarter. Huge pass. I mean, I love that for Tribe, though. Big redemption after what you could say a drop pass. Comes back the next snap, takes it to the house.
That's exactly what you should do. Give him a chance to redeem himself, you know. Don't let him think about it. Now he can take that drop and wipe it off the board, you know.
Oh, I'm sure he forgot about it already.
Yeah. So Bergen Eastlack on with the extra point here. Not going to jinx him this time. It's up and it's good, and it's 30-7 with 7 seconds left in the second quarter. We're going to step away just a second. Decatur leads big. All right, coming back in with 7 seconds left. Decatur about to kick off. Injury update on Kareem Bolden. We hear it's a high ankle sprain, which is actually good news that it's not any kind of knee damage or anything along those lines. Certainly don't want to see him hurt at all, but if you had to choose, that's certainly better than any kind of ACL injury or anything like that. So
absolutely.
A little pooch kick here. And did Decatur recover that? Flag's down.
I don't think it got 10 yards.
It didn't, but I thought the North Carolina kid touched it.
Touched it, yeah, you're right.
Coleman thinks that too. He's letting the referee know.
I love the aggressiveness.
I do too.
Up 30-7, don't lay off.
Let's pooch kick, onside kick, basically.
I've seen a lot of professional teams kind of lay off the gas after a great first half. They end up losing.
Well, I mean, North Carolina's got athletes over there, man.
Absolutely.
You know.
A lot of athletes on that team capable of just breaking off a big play.
Decatur has shown over the years.
It will be illegal touching.
What's this guy? He just pointed the wrong way.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on.
He pointed for a Decatur first down. But anyway, the call's illegal touching. Yeah, Decatur's never been afraid to do any kind of trickeration. You know, last week, I think it was 4th and 11 in their own territory, went for a fake punt with Sully Alker, defensive lineman, taking the ball. He almost made it. Sometimes they punt it on third down. All kinds of onside kicks. This time it doesn't work. Bunts in the game now. He's throwing long, and David Chandler's down there, but he's not going to be able to stay in bounds.
Crowd gets a quick cheer after a great first half by Decatur.
Yes, sir. 30-7 Decatur leads at the half of their homecoming game. Lots of halftime festivities coming up. Homecoming king Bryson Coleman will be out there, I'm sure, and we'll find out who the homecoming queen is. Stick around on SDHS Sports. We may grab some people out of the audience and interview some folks. We'll see what happens, but thanks for joining us. We'll be back in a while.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2023 homecoming game and the homecoming queen crowning ceremony. Today at the pep rally, Bryson Coleman was crowned homecoming king. Let's give him a big round of applause. Now let's meet our homecoming princesses. The first princess is our freshman princess, Harper Hastings. Harper is being escorted by her father, Richard Hastings. Harper is the daughter of Amanda Spicer and Richard Hastings. Harper is a member of the girls' varsity soccer team. After high school, Harper plans to play soccer in college and pursue a career as a lawyer. Freshman princess, Harper Hastings. The sophomore princess is Emily Henley. She is being escorted by her father, Bill Henley. Emily is the daughter of Jennifer and Bill Henley. Emily is a member of the Decatur girls soccer team and girls lacrosse team. Her favorite memory of high school so far are Friday nights and being on the soccer team. Emily plans to continue her soccer career after high school at a four-year college. Your sophomore princess, Emily Henley. The junior princess is Shaylee Boyle. She is being escorted by her father, Keith Boyle. Shaylee is the daughter of Maureen and Keith Boyle. Shaylee is a member of the varsity soccer team and Key Club. After high school, Shaylee plans to play college soccer and pursue a career in dermatology. Your junior princess, Shaylee Boyle. Our first senior princess is Callista Capozzi. She is being escorted by her parents, Lisa and John Capozzi. After high school, Callista plans to attend Salisbury University for 4 years to pursue a career to become an anesthetic nurse. Your senior princess? Callista Capozzi. Our next senior princess is Ella Gaddis. She is being escorted by her parents, Kate and John Gaddis. Ella is a member of the National Honor Society, Rho Kappa, Leo Club, Key Club, Connections, Skills USA, the Student Government Association, Health and Occupational Students of America, and manages the Decatur football and wrestling teams. After high school, she plans to attend a 4-year college and pursue a career in nursing. Senior Princess, Ella Gaddis. Our next senior princess is Summer Canup. She is being escorted by her parents, Tiffany and Ray Canup. Summer is a member of the varsity girls soccer team, the Key Club, National Honor Society, and National Technical Honor Society. After high school, Summer plans to attend a 4-year college in the South to further her education in criminal justice, where she plans to pursue her degree to become a private investigator and work for the FBI. Senior Princess, Summer Canup. Our next senior princess is Elena Spagnola. She is being escorted by her father, Mark Spagnola. Elena is the daughter of Mindy and Mark Spagnola. Elena is a member of the Key Club, Leo Club, Surf Riders, the Decatur varsity field hockey team, and Skills USA. She is also in the criminal justice program at the Worcester Technical High School. In the future, she plans to attend a 4-year college studying criminal justice in pursuit of a career as a victim's advocate in the legal system, specializing in human trafficking. Senior Princess, Elena Spagnola. Our final senior princess this evening is Morgan Sullivan. She is being escorted by her stepfather, Dan DeBronze. Morgan is the daughter of Lori DeBronze, Kevin Decker, and Dan DeBronze. Morgan is a member of the varsity girls soccer team, Key Club, the National Honor Society, and the National Technical Honor Society. Her favorite memory of high school is winning Powder Puff football her junior year. Senior Princess Morgan Sullivan. Our junior homecoming princesses are being escorted by last year's homecoming queen, Denia Smith. Denia is currently enrolled at the Delaware Learning Institute of Cosmetology. Our junior prince this evening is Nathan Burke. And our junior princess is Madeline Thompson. Madeline is the daughter of Jamie and Brad Thompson. Nate is the son of Maggie and Drew Burke. Their mothers are both social studies teachers at Stephen Decatur High School. Madeline and Nate are both in kindergarten at Ocean City Elementary School. Madeline is a gymnast at Berlin Activities Depot, and Nate plays football for Pop Warner. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's the time that you've been waiting for. The ballots have been cast, the votes have been counted, and we have your 2023 homecoming queen. Before we get there, we'll start with our second runner-up. Our second runner-up this evening is Elena Spagnola.
Elena Spagnola.
Our first runner-up this evening is Morgan Sullivan. Can we get a drum roll? And your 2023 Stephen Decatur High School homecoming queen is Miss Summer Canup. Can we get a big round of applause for all of our homecoming court? Congratulations to Summer. Congratulations to Bryson. We need to give a big thank you to our coordinators this week, Mrs. Maggie Burke and Mrs. Mary Hathaway. All their hard work in getting homecoming off the ground has been a great week. Stick around for a great second half of football coming up. Have a great night at the dance tomorrow night. Be safe and enjoy the rest of the game. Bryson out of the locker room for some quick picks. Again, congratulations to everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight and supporting Stephen Decatur Athletics, Stephen Decatur football. As we get a few quick final pictures to recap the scoring from the first half. Stephen Decatur opened the scoring at 7:51 left in the first quarter. Bryson Coleman in for the touchdown, put Decatur up 6-0. And then with 3:57 left in the first quarter, Ethan Bradshaw went in to put Decatur up 12-0, and then Brogan Eastlack converted the extra point. North Carolina got on the board in the second quarter at the 5:30 mark and converted the extra point to make the score 13-7. And then Stephen Decatur ran away with a few more touchdowns at the 3.5-minute mark. Brogan Eastlack converted an extra point. And then Zachary Baker with 59 seconds left in the first half went in. Brogan Eastlack converted the extra point, took us to 23-7, and then Tribe Wise off a reception from Bryson Coleman put Decatur up 29-7, and then Eastlack converted with 7 seconds left to put us where we stand now, 30-7. Lots more football to play. Stick around. Don't forget, visit the concession stand. The snowball stands over in the corner. The apparel booth. Lots to do here. Enjoy yourself. Have a great night. Ladies and gentlemen, we had some sponsors that really helped us out. They're up there on the board right now. Made homecoming possible. And a lot of activities at the pep rally today, so we're very appreciative of everything that they've done. So good. Don't forget, support local.
All right, folks, about 2.5 minutes before the second half begins. Decatur leads 30-7. Got my man Tyler Riley back in. We'll be switching out all night. Who knows, who might stop in here second half? I don't know. A little bit of fire.
We had a homecoming parade in the booth here just a second ago. I thought halftime we got a chance to sit down for a minute.
Right. Congratulations to Summer Canup, your 2023 homecoming queen. Bryson Coleman, the homecoming king. It's a great halftime. It's always nice to see kids walking with their parents and step-parents and grandparents and guardians or whoever.
It is, man. It gets me thinking about my three.
Yeah.
And how time flies. And then you just walking around and we're doing our thing up here, but you're hearing parents, and you're in that boat, man.
Yeah,
I mean, with Cadence and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
she's home for this week.
Oh, sweet, man.
Yeah,
Awesome.
She was going to be here tonight, but she's got some homework, I think. She's got to get done before she goes back to school on Sunday.
They don't give homework in college,
They sure do, yeah.
Obviously, that was a bit of a, me just kind of trying to stretch the envelope. That's where the homework really begins.
Right. So I did want to say I saw Nasai Bell walking off the field on his own power, and he walked back on after halftime. He is over on the far sideline. Seems to be okay. Seems to be a little bit moving gingerly, so I don't know if he'll be playing, but it doesn't look super serious. So. So Decatur got out early, 13-0, and then had a big stop on 4th down. And I thought, oh man, this is going to be it. Like they're going to go down and score. It's going to be 20-0. And this thing, it's done.
Yeah.
And then North Carolina got a big interception. Went down and scored, made it 13-7. But ever since then, it's really been all Decatur.
Yeah, it was, and hats off, like we said, to the Bulldogs. They ran a nice red zone offense and were able to punch it in. I mean, but they really weren't in that position without the turnover.
Yeah.
So. Really, you 7 points off of one turnover. Other than that, our defense has stood pretty stout.
They really have.
Yeah.
And, like we said last year, really run defense was our Achilles heel, and it seems like we've fixed that issue because this is a great running team. Like we said, 4 guys around 400 yards apiece, and aside from that one drive, they haven't been able to put together a whole lot tonight.
No. And a little another injury update here. Kareem Bolden, senior Kareem Bolden, absolute dynamic. He's got a high ankle sprain, and
I already said it.
Yeah. He got a high. Yeah. He's hurt.
He's hurt, but not nearly as bad.
He's hurt.
He's
hurt.
But not nearly as bad.
We don't want any devastating injuries.
Yeah.
But look, hey, we've been getting messages, man. People asking. They want to know.
Well,
they want to know the
news. They
news.
deserve to know. I don't. I don't have a. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
So, good news there. North Carolina's going to be kicking off here. Looks like Decatur sending David Chandler and Bryson Coleman back deep to receive. We're going to keep trying. We got our microphone upstairs to pick up the crowd noise. We keep trying to keep that on, but having occasional feedback problems with it. So we've had to turn it off a few times, but hopefully we'll be able to keep it going here throughout the rest of this game. 30-7 now as we kick off the third quarter.
Yeah, so starting a little deeper with the unsportsmanlike, the halftime unsportsmanlike.
So yeah, we had some fireworks, some figurative fireworks as the teams went off the field. Sometimes when you get in these 30-7 ball games, a couple people been hurt, their quarterbacks hurt, our receivers hurt. Things get a little bit chippy. I think the coaches had words as they left the field. But to their credit, when they came back on, we saw both head coaches meet in the center of the field, shake hands, gave each other a little hug, and hopefully the second half will be clean football.
Yeah, I mean, in the sport of football, if these kids see their head coaches going at it and getting their heart rate and everything elevated, and attitudes and stuff like that, it's gonna it's a trickle down effect. There's a lot of kids out there, and this is a violent sport, so it was nice of them to outwardly show that they were not going to let that continue. So
short kick here, bobbled by number 7, and he's tackled almost immediately. That's Delonte Henry. So Decatur's going to have it at with great field position again. Showing a lot of respect to David Chandler and Bryson Coleman back deep to not kick them the ball.
Yeah. You think there'd be a little bit of like they try and squib it on a line drive up the gut, right up the, the middle seam of the football field there instead of having us start at about the 46-yard line or so.
So that's where we'll take over. Mario Emanuel in the backfield. Not much running game to speak of tonight for Decatur. That is something that they've featured this year a little bit. But tonight they've thrown the ball a lot. And Nasai Bell is back on the field now. He's the cornerback to the defensive back to the near side of the field. So that's good news. We're glad he's not hurt. Bryson fakes a handoff here, takes it to the left side, and he's going to pick up the first down, about a 12-yard run.
Yeah, nice job there reading that ball, tucking it back in and keeping himself for about a 10, 12-yard gain right on first down. Yeah. So
Bell just looks ginger. I think it looks like he's holding his ribs.
Yeah, there's something he just like he can't get his breath underneath the left side of his rib cage there.
I didn't see, it was on that play where he crossed the line of scrimmage and then took the penalty for throwing. And there's Mario Emanuel up the middle, and he's going to be gone. Mario Emanuel for the touchdown. Decatur 36, North Carolina 7 now.
And just like that, we say it doesn't take them long.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we're one defensive stop away and another score from a running clock.
Yeah.
So this game has drastically changed in about the span of 2.5 minutes. The last 2 minutes of the first half, and then about the first 45 seconds of the second half.
Three scores, and you can see Nasai Bell kind of gingerly going. They should probably, at this point, just let him sit. They got a big game next weekend against Kent Island. I don't know. It's not my decision, but he doesn't look like he's 100%, and he really makes that team go.
Yeah, he's their bread and butter. I mean, if they don't have him back there, especially under center, then they're gonna have problems big time.
Extra point is up, and that's good. And that's going to make it 37-7. Decatur leads.
Yeah, let's take another quick look here. I mean, just a simple draw run play to Mari. And he's just, look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the hole there. The line is just.
Nobody touched him.
Untouched.
Till there. Somebody grabbed his jersey for half a second.
Man.
But yeah, and we talk about the defense and how last year they had trouble stopping the run, and it seems like they've stopped that this year. Last year we didn't have a great running game either, and this year we got 3 guys who have shown breakaway ability.
Absolutely.
And Dorn and Purnell, and there you saw Manuel. So with Bright, consider him a runner. He's a top end runner. Really, we talked about North Carolina and their 4-headed monster running the football. I think we've got one that's pretty good. Yeah, because we throw the ball so often, they don't get the stats, But definitely the threat is there, and you just saw it on that 40-some yard run. I'm not sure how far he went, but untouched. Like you said, the line graduated 4 guys last year, and these dudes have stepped in from game 1 and look like they've just been phenomenal.
Right. Coach Coleman said, they grabbed the bull by the horns, last spring, doing all their work, their allocated workouts. They're on the beach working out all summer, bonding, man. I think about the Philadelphia Eagles and how tight-knit group they are. They're skilled, they're well coached, but when you know what the guy beside you's doing, that's huge.
Yeah. So here's a kickoff broad out to about the 31. That is number 7, Tyson Weber, on the return there. They just got it rolling here, man. It's a trickle-down effect that, I've been at the middle school for 4 years now, and every year I see more and more kids wearing their Pop Warner jersey. And by the way, shout out to 3 of my students. They wanted me to shout them out tonight: Levi, Jason, and Marco. What's up, guys? I hope you guys are listening. Hope you're doing well.
Are they here?
But they might be here. I don't know. I'm not sure. But they wanted me to shout them out. So every year you can see, these kids are more and more into it. The JV team this year has had a great season. I think they're 5-2. So this thing's rolling. You got the Decatur Performance Center. These kids are putting in work.
Just like Tony, talking about Tony Burke, for example. When Tony, just made that tackle there, when he came in as a freshman, Tony was a hard-nosed kid, but his body was drastically different than it is right now. He is filled out. They get these kids the nutrition that they need. They point them in the right direction. And now to have the ability, to train on campus, in that sports center there is huge.
Yeah.
For all of our athletes.
Yeah. Bunce is the quarterback now. It looks like Bell's going to be out, which I think is probably a good move. He looks sore. Let him have a couple days off, come back next week, and give Ken Allen a shot. I go into the Performance Center and see up on the screen, they had the big screen TV in there and the full sound system, and they list all the top lifters. And some of these kids are just putting up crazy amounts of weight, man.
Yes, it is.
Brandon Ham, good Lord. And I had Brandon when he was in 8th grade, and he was a solid kid then, solidly built. And that kid is lifting some serious weight. And he's only a sophomore. That's the other thing about this Decatur team is they're young. When you look at their offense, you got Bolden, who's a senior. You got Salido, who's a senior. You got Coleman, who's a senior. Everybody else, if I'm not mistaken, is there another senior out there? I don't think there is.
Eric Brakey is a senior,
Eric Brakey, yeah.
Eric Brakey is a senior.
Skill positions, Chandler's a junior. Manuel's a junior. Ethan Bradshaw's a junior. Tribe Wise is a junior. Trey Dorn is a junior. Delonte Henry's a junior. all these guys are young.
Yeah, I mean, that's big, man. It's
So we'll see.
it's about the culture that's being created.
Yeah.
I mean, and when you talk, we were just talking about, these kids and the numbers they're putting up with weights. I think that's picked off.
I
Trey.
think it is too.
Yeah,
Is that
Trey
Trey
picked
Dorn?
that off. Yeah, he did.
Let's see. I haven't seen the signal yet. And there's the signal. Trey Dorn with the interception there. And that's what we said in the beginning. Carolina doesn't want to get into a situation where they are having to throw the ball,
Yeah, it doesn't work out too well for them when they're having to throw the football.
especially with a backup quarterback now. Here comes
Yeah, let's see what.
you can see he's just waiting out there and jumps it.
Yeah,
And they both kind of have it, and he rips it away from him. Looks like he stayed in bounds. There's no replay in high school football, so that's going to be good. So Decatur's got the ball on the North Carolina 45. Great starting position again for these guys. So, you look ahead next year. I don't want to look ahead too far, but they're going to have to replace Bryson, obviously. Like, that's going to be the
Sure.
big. Is it going to be?
and that's going to be quite the battle.
Yeah.
I mean, there's three names that are going to be fighting for the quarterback job here
Yeah.
next year.
And that's
Um,
Johnny Hobgood,
yeah, Caden Sharkey,
Jaden Sharkey, Jasir Jackson, Jai Jackson, right?
Jai
JJ.
Jackson. Yeah.
More of a runner. Sharkey's more of a thrower. Hobgood's more of a thrower, I think.
Yeah. So, and when Johnny, these all three of those kids do something different.
Mm-hmm.
They're all different style players. So, really, how are you going to, what in the spring are you going to do to formulate what's your offense going to look like next year? Who's going to be under center?
Mm-hmm.
And they got to be, if they're not cerebral and definitely, able to run the offense smoothly and know the plays, and they're not going to get they'll get the opportunity, but it's not going to stick with them.
Right,
so.
right. And that's one of the things, when you lose Bryson, not only you lose this great athlete, but this guy has full command of this offense. Very comfortable in it. As he rolls to his left here, he's being chased by Piavis. He's just going to go out of bounds. Maybe a gain of one. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's got such a great handle on this offense. And, he's pointing guys. I've seen him grab guys and move them side to, to a different side in the backfield. He just knows what's going on, and you're gonna lose that next year. But we'll see. Looking a little closer in the future, Decatur's upcoming schedule the next 2 weeks, the last two regular season games next week at Y-High. Y-High not having a great year this year. I think they're 1-5.
Yeah, very surprisingly down year for the Y-High Indians, man.
But I know those guys, that's a rivalry game. That's Y-High against Decatur has been the game on the shore the last few years.
Sure.
So they'll be up for they'll be up for that.
We'll see. I mean, you throw the records out the window, moving the rest of the way. I mean, you've got the Y-High, Parkside. Yeah. I mean, they're going to want to unseat, throw that one loss or up on us
for Y-High.
That's
really all they got left. Parkside has won, I think, 2 or 3 in a row. They're sitting at 3-4. Started out the season, I think they lost a quarterback early in the season, a lot like Easton. So it's taken them a while to recover. But they seem to have things moving a little bit now in the right direction. So they beat who did they beat last? They beat Y-High last night, 10-0, I think.
Oh, they played last night.
Last
okay.
night, yeah.
Gotcha.
Beat them 10-0. Opening kickoff return 98 yards,
and that was it.
And then a field goal later.
That was it.
And that was it. Yeah.
Wow.
Y-High's defense has been pretty decent. Their offense hasn't been able to get it going. So we'll see.
You might see Johnny Hobgood out here, taking some snaps under center come fourth quarters, and especially if we get in the end zone here on this drive.
Read that real well, but Bryson slips away, dumps it off, and gets the pass out to Ethan Bradshaw. He's down.
He's coming up lane. Yeah.
Is he up now? Is he up? Yeah, I think he got up. Yeah, he might have a slight twist of the ankle. North Carolina's got a player down too. I can't see who that is in the backfield. And at this point, 37-7, you just don't want to see somebody get hurt. And Nasai Bell is back out there. They got him back. He's trotting off the field right now.
He's a gamer, man.
He is.
But look, I mean, you've got 3 players on one play from North Carolina right now down.
Yeah.
And gasping for air. It's just speed, man.
Yeah.
It's going to, every guy, especially skill position guys, I mean, are plus level speed.
Yeah.
So another big look, another good pan of our crowd tonight, man. What a gate.
Great crowd here. Just such a great experience on Friday nights at the Robert G. Knox Field at Lewis H. Taylor Stadium. It's turned into just a great spot to be. I think this is Henry Piavis down, the senior defensive end. I'm not totally sure. I don't want to call the wrong name, but it looks like number 52. And it looks like they are working on his right arm. And they're pulling him up now. Yeah, that's Henry Piavis.
Yeah, favoring the right arm.
Yeah. So, you know, like going in the next, I mean, these guys, it looks like they're going to be 6-1.
Sure.
You know, that's exactly where Kent Island's going to be. Or is Kent Island going to be 5-1? 5-1 or 6-1? I'm not sure.
Depending upon, you know, how what their outcome is tonight. They play tonight, I believe.
It's a big deal. Next week is a big deal for both of those teams.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when injuries can, you know, when injuries start to pile up, that can change a season's direction relatively quickly. I mean, that's the you know, what the detriment is. It's a war of attrition.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about, you know, the guys in the NFL and the upper, you know, college. If you got to stay healthy. You know, you on paper can look great and get halfway through a year or 3/4 of the way through a year, and if the injury bug catches you, you know, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
So,
haven't seen Kareem back on the field yet, but I mean back out. I know he's not going to come on the field. Oh, there he is over on the sideline. Okay. So yeah, you talk about injuries. I mean that's one. Now we're loaded outside, so it's not as big a deal, but that's a big playmaker that is probably going to be out a couple weeks. So over the middle there to David Chandler, who's down to about the 4-yard line. The crossing pattern.
yeah, so we're driving again. I mean, just, you know, you're seeing a worn down North Carolina defense right now. You know, it gets scored on right away. I mean, 40 seconds into the second half after giving up 2 scores in 2 minutes. To end the first half, and now you're just wearing them out.
Yeah, they've been on the field a lot. So the big formation here, handoff to Amarion Manuel. He tries to jump outside, and he's wrapped up. He might have gotten one there. He's shifty, man. He looks like it's almost like a Barry Sanders type thing. You know, like it looks like he's going to be stopped for a 3-yard loss, and then he somehow turns it into a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, man, he's another one that his feet, you know, when you watch him run, it's like his feet are barely touching the turf.
Yeah.
You know.
So Ethan Bradshaw was out on the field. He's coming back off now. It looks like he's okay. Tribe Wise is heading back out. But, yeah, I think if we go in here, you're going to start to see some different names on the field.
Yep. Maybe one more score and we're into the running clock scenario. So
Bryson takes a snap, gives it to Amarion again. He fights forward. He's down to the 1. And we got another guy who's getting up slow, number 11. Looks like he's got just a little slight leg injury.
Yeah, Caden Lopez has been he must have been favoring something coming into the game. And he's out there gritting it out, but every play or every other play, something's grabbing at him. So, I mean, obviously Caroline County boys are tough.
Yeah, they are.
And, you know, you're going to have to drag them off of the field, really, to get them out.
Yeah. Right. 3rd down and goal from the 2, they're saying. Manuel in the backfield. Coleman from the shotgun. Salito goes in motion. Bryson hands off to Amarion. And
I think he's in now.
He's in there, yeah. He scores.
Oh, 3rd time's the charm,
yeah,
Mr. Hughes.
Yes, sir. Took some time off the clock, put some points on the board. 43-7 now. I did not suspect it would be like this. I mean,
no. Well, one thing you like to see, you know, the game's gotten, you know, obviously out of hand now, you know, just wearing the Bulldogs down. But, you know, Tribe drops that long pass, and they go right back to him.
Right.
You know, Mari gets stuffed twice at the 1. You know, 3rd time they're going to give it to him again. They're, you know, Coach Croto and Coach Coleman are going to let these boys have an opportunity to go ahead and get a chance to do their thing.
Yeah. So 44-7 after the extra point goes through. We'll come right back. Got 3:40 left in the 3rd quarter. The clock is now running. We'll be back in a second.
unsportsmanlike Gator. Plays 15 yards from the 40. First on kick. With the score differential more than 35, the clock will run.
All right, coming back in, we had an unsportsmanlike penalty on Decatur there. It's going to back it up 15 yards to the 25, so they'll kick off from there. The clock's running with more than a 35-point deficit. So we're down to 2:20 in the third quarter here, and the clock will continue to run as long as that deficit's more than 35. East Lac's going to kick off. Adam Gardner back on the mic with me again.
How you doing?
Switching in all night. This one's going to come down to Zymir Smith, who fumbles it, picks it up at about 20. And he's got some space. He's going to get out to about the 45 before he's brought down.
That's a big hit.
Yeah. And we got another flag. So, you hate to see that. I hope things aren't getting out of hand down there. You had an unsportsmanlike, and I think it was on East Lac. And then now we had Caroline guy just took East Lac down. The referee's going to bring them both in. He's going to bring a bunch of guys in and talk to them. It's probably a good idea. You don't want to get anybody suspended for next week or further down the line. I'm sure Caroline came into this, with the expectation this was going to be a closer game. And certainly, I think it's been both sides have been a little bit chippy. So you just hope calmer heads prevail.
Yeah, you don't want to get it out of hand,
Yeah.
especially, score like this. You don't need that. It doesn't benefit either team losing a player for a game next week.
No.
North Carolina's got as big, if not a bigger game against
Yeah.
Kent Island next week.
Mm-hmm.
You can't lose any of your players just because they're losing control of their emotions in a game like this.
So it's going to be a personal foul on North Carolina now. Maybe a little retaliation, I'm not sure, but it's going to back them up 15 yards to about the 30, maybe.
Ask you another question. So far
okay.
this football year, do you have a favorite memory up here in the press box?
Oh, gosh.
Any specific play or might be a tough question. I'm putting you on the spot.
Yeah, you are. Let me think about that, because really this is only my second game in the box up here.
Okay.
So we had the first game against Randallstown, and then I had to go away and pick my daughter. It was family weekend down at High Point University where my daughter is attending.
Okay.
And so we were away for the second game. And the third game, I had to go pick her up for fall break, so I missed that too. So I'm here for the rest of the season. But let me think about that during the quarter break here. The clock runs out. We're going to move to quarter four. It's 44-7. Decatur leads. We'll be right back. All right, we're coming back here as soon as the ref winds the clock. The clock will run the side bell back in at quarterback here. Hands off to number 2, who's going to go absolutely nowhere. Justice Hall hasn't been able to get much up the middle tonight. Maybe a loss of 1. So, I'm trying to think of my favorite moment in the booth in these two games. I don't know. I'll tell you what, I don't know about, it's like my favorite moment, but I'm impressed with how everything runs up here. Like it's crazy. We got this new scoreboard, and we got Ron Canair down here to my right, and he's running that. And we got Jamie Greenwood to my left, and he's the PA announcer. He's announcing everything to the crowd. And down from him, we got Dave Dotson, who's running some stuff. And down from them, we got Coach Croto, who's running the offensive stuff. And it's been impressive to watch it all go. All these volunteers who are doing a great job and just making this experience just an incredible thing for a high school team. A lot of smaller college teams who don't have all this going on.
Very advanced
So
for high school.
yeah, so that's been cool. Both games I've been up here for. The Randallstown game I think was 49-8, and it was. I think it was 49-0 before they scored, and now this game is 44-7. So both of those games, it's not like we had a great moment that I can really be like, when we kicked the game-winning field goal or anything like that. I got nothing like that yet. But we'll see. I'll be up here for Parkside on the 27th, and we'll see, if we get a close game out of that one.
If I remember correctly, Parkside just knocked off Y High, correct?
Yeah, we were talking about that 10-0 last night. Parkside beat Y High. So in the battle for Salisbury, I think Parkside beat Y High, Bennett beat Parkside, and I'm not sure what happened with Bennett and Y High in the battle for Salisbury. Those three Salisbury schools, I think that's a big thing over there.
Yeah, big rivalry.
They all share the same. I don't think Bennett plays on County Stadium Field anymore, but they used to all share that same stadium. So I'm not sure. But, yeah, Parkside's won, I think, 3 in a row. They're on a little bit of a roll. So, maybe next home game, I don't know. None of these games, Decatur really hasn't had a close game this year. Even last week, the big one against Kent Island, they got out 17-0. Kent Island came back to 17-12. But I was listening as I drove my daughter home for fall break, and it never seemed like they were in danger. The side bell goes deep for Zymir Smith there, and I think that's going to be a pass interference. It looked like Brian Chester, who's on the field. Brian Chester might have gotten tangled with him. Almost picked off by David Chandler, but yeah, it's going to be pass interference there on Brian Chester, who just came in the game.
It's going to be an interesting thing to see how North Carolina responds next week against a team like Kent Island, which it's going to be a very tough matchup again. Coming off a loss like this, it's not easy just to kind of forget about it.
Right.
They wanted this game coming into it, and when you get beat like this, you really can't forget about it. You got to use it as fuel against Kent Island. It'll be interesting to see how they respond.
Yeah.
Again, Kent Island, another talented team. So.
And both teams that we could see again.
Of course.
Kent Island coaching staff. Maybe top 2 or 3 coaching staffs on the shore. Their defensive coordinator. A lot of people think he might be the best defensive coordinator on the shore. They will come up with a plan if we have to see them again. That's for sure. And I expect a much closer game. But Decatur, it's been 49-8, 42-0, 35-0, 33-15.
Dominance.
Yeah, it's really been dominance. I mean, I know I'm calling the game for the home team. I work here and all that. I've lived here for 20 years, but it's been dominance. So now we got an unsportsmanlike. I'm not sure who that's against, but that's going to be a 15-yard penalty there after the incomplete pass from Bunce and a first down. So I don't know what happened. Nobody seems really sure what happened up here in the booth, but
again, like you said, a lot going on up here.
Yeah, that's the thing to me. It's so well organized. They're firing graphics up on the screen, and there's several cameramen around, and they're all talking, and it's really a whole production up here. That's probably been my favorite thing. It's been fun to be part of.
That's a great answer. I mean, it's impressive.
Yeah. So there's a nice run by number 40. His first carry, Navon Yule. He got hit pretty well at the end of that but a nice run for him. Okay, he had some good speed. So North Carolina takes it down to about the 24. The clock's still running. It's at about 7:40 now in the fourth quarter. But if they score, the clock's going to stop again. So Bunce hands off to Yule again, and this time he doesn't have as much luck. He stops right there. It looks like the tackle was by, man, we're getting into guys that I haven't called yet. So let me check out. Who was that? Decatur. That was Brooks Waters. Was that my man Brooks Waters in there? I think that was Brooks on the tackle. Sophomore. Brooks is a solid kid. I like that guy. Had him in class a couple years ago, too. It's kind of fun for me, too, because, you know, like I said, it's my 4th year at Stephen Decatur Middle, and now you're just starting to see some kids that I've taught get on the field, and that's a lot of fun, man.
It's a super cool moment, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Bunce throws from the side bell in the end zone. I think he got it.
What a play.
He did get it. Went up high.
What a catch.
And caught that. So in the side bell, normally the quarterback lines up at wide out after he's been out injured, goes up over the defensive back and pulls that one down for the touchdown.
That is an incredible play.
Yeah.
I mean, go up and get it.
All right, that makes it 44-13 now. With 6:44 left, now the clock will stop. And bad snap. Bell's going to roll out and throw to nobody, and that's going to be no good on the conversion end. It's going to stay 44-13. I can't do math, but I think that's less than 35, so the clock is going to stop running. It's right at 6:44 now.
I'd
so
say you can do math. Did it pretty well there.
What's that, 31?
Yeah. Yeah.
If my mom was listening to this, she would agree that I was terrible at math. Absolutely.
It's not an easy subject. I
No,
don't excel in it.
It's awful. It doesn't make any sense.
It's not really fun.
Yeah.
It's like I don't wake up and say, I can't wait to go to math class.
Right. Exactly. Who uses a squared plus b squared equals c squared anyway?
Math teachers, I guess.
Yeah, where does that ever come into play in life? There's a meme that floats around like it says, yet another day where I didn't use algebra. You know?
And it's so relatable.
Yeah, right. So North Carolina be kicking off here. Down 44-13 here in the fourth quarter. 6:44 left. Who's back deep? We got Bryson Coleman back deep to field. I can't believe these guys are still playing starters.
I was going to just mention, I'm sure with the game at this scenario, you'd start seeing some faces you don't normally see.
Yeah.
But,
Coleman's back deep. David Chandler is back deep as well. Like you said, Nasai Bell just made the touchdown catch. He's been banged up a little bit tonight.
I was going to say, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe he was the one that got banged up in the first half.
Yeah.
Goes up and grabs that ball.
Yeah. So they're going to squib this one, and it's going to go out of bounds. So that's going to be a penalty. And what happened there?
I don't know if you caught what just happened at midfield, but a nice acting job.
Oh, was it?
By number 33.
No,
David Aviles.
I saw a guy go down.
It was a friendly shove that he
was it?
That he
went
turned
down?
into a flop.
Like that wasn't the kicker, was it? I was thinking maybe he was on the soccer team. You know how the soccer players do.
Very dramatic, yeah, very dramatic.
Nah, at this point, just hopefully we can end this amicably, get these guys off. And, yeah, it looks like Decatur's sending out some subs now. Let me see who's quarterback. It looks like Johnny Hopgood's going to be quarterback, number 16. Yeah. Oh, Johnny.
Great guy, great baseball player as well.
It's
fun to see him out there on the turf.
Very good baseball player. His brother as well, Waylon.
Oh, yes, Waylon. He is one fast gentleman as well.
Agreed.
He's got some wheels.
Yeah, straight dog right there.
Straight
he's
dog.
on the football team this year, too.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Yep. So we'll see what Johnny Hobgood's got here. I can't see who else is in the backfield there. We got tribe-wise split out closest to us. That's number 6 in the backfield. Let me check my
It's a keep for Hobgood.
I got Donovan Henry at number 6. That's number 6. We're talking about the future, you know. Johnny Hobgood may be next in line after Bryson graduates. Donovan Henry, number 6, is a junior. I'm thinking about some JV guys. They got some guy, Kyle Mumford down on the JV team, Jai Jackson on the JV team. Those guys are freshmen, tough players who have done well down there. We may see them on the varsity field next year. I don't know, you know, the skill positions are just so loaded. We were talking about it earlier. I can't remember if it was you or Tyler, but these guys aren't graduating. Kareem graduates, Salito graduates, and that's it. Everybody else is coming back.
Not a lot lost, and it's like you talk about all this depth, and it's the best problem to have.
Yeah. And that's one of the things, you know, I said to some of the coaches as we talked earlier in the season, so you guys got a lot of mouths to feed, you know, like how are you going to keep everybody happy? And they talked about these guys are just straight team players.
Yeah. You just got to buy into what the coaches say, their philosophies, and if you're a real teammate and a real player, the end goal is just to win.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're an underclassman, you got to understand it could be a wait your turn scenario, and you just got to stay patient, stay resilient. And I mean, this team is winning.
Yeah.
So it's easy to keep the team morale at a high and the complaints at a low when you're winning like this.
True, right.
So I mean, everything goes a lot better when you're winning.
Yeah.
And that goes for every sport.
Yeah.
So.
Looks like they're going to move to 7-0 on the year.
Yeah, to keep the winning up, you're talking about playoffs running through Berlin, Maryland, which is exciting times.
Yeah. 2 very winnable games coming up the next 2 weeks with Y-High and Parkside. You never know. I mean, Y-High is, you know, it's a great storied program. They haven't had the best year, but I know they always get up for Decatur.
Yeah. I believe I heard you say this earlier, you know, with all these wins tied together, it's going to put a target on their back each week as we keep going and keep winning. It's teams are going to have a little bit more fire under their belts when they play Decatur because they want to be that team that knocks them off, and rightfully so. So you're going to get each team's best. It's just how you handle it and stay composed. And so far, through almost 7 games, they have done just that and more. So.
Yeah. All right, so it's timeout Decatur, 44-13 with 5:59 left in the 4th quarter. We'll be back in a second. All right, coming back. It's 2nd down and 6. Johnny Hobgood in the shotgun. He's got Donovan Henry in the backfield with him. Takes a snap, gives it to Henry, who's swallowed up almost immediately and dropped for maybe a loss of 1.
Just under 6 minutes here in the 4th. Are you a fan of the all-black uniforms?
I actually love them.
You love them?
Especially on a black, you know, the theme tonight is blackout.
Oh, it's just perfect. Win-win.
Yeah, we were taught, you know, when we filmed Hawk Talk, which we film usually on Tuesday, it releases on Thursday nights. Everybody check it out. Thursday nights at 9 o'clock, Hawk Talk. Great stuff on there. Great. The hosts are just phenomenal, if I might say so myself.
Phenomenal.
We were told earlier in the week it was a whiteout game, and they were like, North Carolina's going to wear white. Why are we going to? So apparently it got changed or we got bad information. Love the black, but I really like when Decatur wears the white uniforms, though.
You like the whites, too?
Yeah, I like the white on white. Yeah. Hobgood goes around the end for about 3 or 4, but there's a flag. It's a hold. So that's going to come back and it's be 3rd down again. Yeah, Decatur's white on white is tough. I'm always partial to that anyway. I just like that combination, the white. when I coached baseball at North Dorchester, we got new uniforms. I went all white with like some red accents.
Okay,
They were tough, man. They were tough.
I'm sure the laundry was tough too.
Well, that's the downside.
Yep.
By like the third game, they weren't white anymore, and never were white ever again. But I like that aesthetic. Third and long now. 3rd and 17. See if Hobgood puts it up. He does not. He hands to A.J. Cobb around the end, who's going to get pulled down. How about A.J. Cobb with the huge pass play to start the game out? I mean, first play from scrimmage for Decatur.
Yeah,
he catches it and goes all the way to the 1.
That's called setting the tone, if I remember correctly. That is the definition of it, and that's how you get the momentum on your side from the get-go and not look back.
Yeah, and Cobb did not play last year, right? He was not on the football team
yeah.
last year. First year playing. And I think Hobgood, this is his first year playing, right?
Yeah.
Both Hobgoods.
kids, a couple kids trying it out for the first time and obviously enjoying the entire experience and finding success as well. It's cool to see, especially as some of these guys that we discuss are some of my past teammates, just good guys, and it's cool to see them, doing something that's not on the baseball field.
Yeah. So Coleman punts, it goes out. Jamie Greenwood says 37, so we're going to go with 37. And it'll be North Carolina ball with about 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go.
You just heard our PA announcer is going to be a spectacular fireworks show to end things off.
Love it.
Premier Driving School, Will Elsham, the law firm of Coats and Coats, and Secret.
I don't know if you can hear Jamie Greenwood. Jamie does a great job. He is the voice of Decatur athletics, man. This does a phenomenal job. Another guy who's just volunteering this time. He's got about 22 kids at home. I'm just kidding.
We got to get Mr.
He's got several kids at home. Still finds a way to coach soccer and be the MC for all these events.
We got to get Mr. Greenwood to sing the national anthem. It's got to happen.
Look, after Trista Harner tonight, they might just want to retire that whole thing because she blew it out of the water, man.
As she always does.
Yeah. Clock running down to about 3:25 here. It's 2nd and 8. Bunce is in at the quarterback position again. He drops the pass. He's throwing long. Chester back on the coverage. It's knocked up in the air, and then it falls incomplete.
We got 3:11 left in the 4th quarter. I'm going to hand my headset back. Really do appreciate you guys letting me on though today.
Man.
I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah, thank you for being here, man. Look, we're hoping for the best with your recovery from your injury.
Thank you.
We'll be following from afar. Hope you have a great year. Thanks for being here, and thanks for being a pioneer in the SDHS Sports YouTube
pleasure.
booth. So, Adam Gardner, everybody, good seeing you, man.
Have a great night.
Yeah, you too. We'll get my man Tyler Riley back on here for the last 3 minutes. Running out of stuff to talk about, so
look,
that's
I know. Well, that's why I stayed over there and talked to Coach Billings for a while. I was like, well, let the kid work through this blowout here for a few minutes.
Not a problem for Tyler Riley having stuff to talk about.
I'll just I'm throwing. I might run for mayor of Newark.
Throwing shade at everybody tonight, aren't I?
Yep. Hey, that's good stuff, man. Look, hey, I told Adam, man, when he and Steven, were what they were doing with basketball. I mean, and they're 17, 18 years old.
It's crazy.
I mean, you don't miss a beat. I mean, you feel like you're watching, old Vern Lundquist on Saturdays. I'm like, man, that's Adam Gardner.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's just a really, really cool thing for these kids to try and get into, man.
And it was a great experience and turned into something that he may want to do for a career, which I think is, we're in the business of doing that as educators. That's what we're here for.
It's just an opportunity, man. You know what I mean? And And now we've got 2 or 3 kids I know that have come up, since Hawk Talk is going on, and they might be able to fire up a sports communication class in Worcester County. It's being talked about. I won't go any farther than that. We'll leave that up to,
I hope so.
to the people that make the decisions. And
as much as I love doing it, I would love to see some kids up here doing it. I think that would be
Well, like they said, it's almost like run like we would run a broadcast, and then kids would be running it like side by side.
Yeah.
And working with them and stuff like that. I mean, we're no pros by anything.
I was going to say,
we just talk.
We don't know what we're doing.
We just talk. Look, but hey, both Vals get mad at us when we're in church on Sundays and we're talking about like what we got to do with Hawk Talk. We need to talk to the Lord, man.
Yes.
In the
middle of prayer.
I'm praying to Him that we don't screw up on the mic and lose and get kicked off of here.
Say something crazy. I don't know how we haven't done that. This is probably the 10th time you and I have been behind the mic together.
If anybody, oh, nice play there.
Yeah, that was a nice play.
Sorry,
that guy was wide open, and 51 jumps up, knocks it away. That is Frankie Bucksbaum.
Yeah, old Frankie, man.
Yeah, junior.
Yep.
Drops back in coverage. That number 9 was wide open behind him, Cam King, and would have had a big game. He had a nice play on that one.
Yeah, this is a chance, man, and these kids are young.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you've got biding your time upperclassmen that are coming in here. It's young kids that are getting valuable experience with these minutes.
Yeah.
So, you're going to hear their names and see their names quite a bit over the next couple of years out here.
Trying to see if there's any names out there we can get on the broadcast. My boy Brian Chester out there from Cambridge.
Oh, yeah.
Moved on down here from Cambridge. He's playing cornerback. He's got a guard.
Oh, nice
poor Brian Chester's got a guard in the side bell here. 6'3", 205 pound. And Brian Chester's probably 5'8", 150. I don't know.
But he's got that dog mentality.
He does have that
in
dog
him, though,
mentality.
man.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
He certainly does. But Nasai is a grown man out there, man. He really is. He's battling a hit, something with a hip all game.
Yeah.
So
my boy Geo Smith, number 22 out there. Love Geo Smith. Had him in class. Who else? Number 13. Jack Bradley out there. Trying to look for some other numbers. Who's that, 62? I don't have a 62. Was that a 62 out there? I couldn't tell.
It might be. I think it might have been like Declan Horan, but I don't know if he swapped numbers or not.
I don't know. Is that 58? Seamus Orth? Yeah, it looks like Seamus gets playing time a lot though, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's in a rotation. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of these guys are, man. It's just
Yeah.
Second down and 3 for
So,
the Bulldogs.
Yeah, a minute and 10 seconds left in the game, Mr. Hughes.
Yeah, man.
So.
Been a good one. Homecoming
only undefeated left in the Bayside.
Yeah,
Stephen Decatur Seahawks.
And we talked. You said it. You said it on the Hawk Talk broadcast. And I was singing our praises earlier. But you said this might be special.
I really think so. Yeah. I mean, the last 2 years, that we're not saying that those teams weren't special too, but it's kind of like you're still going to the top of the mountain. Even though you've gotten deep in the postseason the last two years, and not quite gotten to the mountaintop, you're still climbing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're preaching is that we really haven't clicked on all cylinders just yet.
And when you think about last year, we didn't have a great running game. We didn't have a lot of success stopping the run. When you think about our team this year, I can't find a lot of weaknesses right now.
You really had nobody has. I'm sure there are weaknesses, but no one has been able to expose them yet.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean you have to beat us to expose them either.
Right.
You can find holes and issues in teams and
tape.
still lose.
Once there's tape,
but
it's out there.
Right, but we really haven't put anything on film for anybody to look at that could really,
we're facing
set a game plan.
A strong running team tonight. Maybe the best running attack in the Bayside overall. They haven't had a ton of success moving the ball. Last week we faced a balanced offense, maybe the best passing offense we've come across this year. Last week didn't have a lot of success. We'll see. But
right.
it's looking a whole lot like Adam Gardner said. The playoffs are going to go through Berlin, Maryland, at least till.
Yeah, we're going to be here in November. We're going to be broadcasting games in
yeah,
November,
man.
Mr. Hughes.
Yeah. Hopefully they're blowouts just like this.
Right, exactly.
And we're like, what are we going to talk about?
I don't
now?
know what I'm going to do. I'll have to. And I was going to text my boy Steve App to see if he could get me on a couple of deer for bow hunting, but I guess my Friday nights are going to be locked up, you know.
Yeah.
He wouldn't put me on them anyway, I don't think. He tries to keep all that secret.
Here's Yule, who's had some nice runs. He's going to take it down near the goal line. But, yeah, for Decatur, and we got another. Oh, he's up now. All right, let's see, we have another man down. But
no, we don't want any injuries on either side with mere 20 seconds left in this ball game.
But, he is down. He did go back down. So. And that is number 2. Looks like Justice Hall, one of their top
key
running
contributors.
Backs. Yeah. But, so, yeah, you know, you look ahead. We've been talking all night a little bit, or the second half we've been talking about looking ahead what the next couple games look like for Decatur. A real chance here to be undefeated in the regular season.
Absolutely. You know, you really want to make sure that you're – I'm not saying, and we've talked about it with baseball playoffs, the Major League Baseball playoffs. You know, teams that – cruise in, but then you know you really want to have something that you want to play for, and being undefeated, you know, is key to that because that ensures you get a home playoff run all the way to Annapolis.
But you almost want to see them have some adversity, you know. And I'm not sure last week really qualifies as that, you know, 17-12 at the half, but it just never seemed like it was that close, really. As Yule goes in for the touchdown, that's deserved. He's had some nice runs here in the second half.
Seniors look really good, man. He's a hard runner.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't really one of their focal, point names.
Right.
He's got 2 tutties tonight, I believe.
He's run as well as any of them. So, but yeah, you wonder, you know, when it gets close, you know, it'd be nice to have a game where you got to, you know, in the fourth quarter, you got to scramble a little bit, you know, like it's tough.
Right.
We haven't had that, so, you know, when the playoffs come, you're going to have that.
Sure,
you know?
sure. And how about running a 2-minute offense when the game is on the line?
Things like that, exactly.
You know, and you can simulate it in practice as best as you can, but, you know, it's really not the same thing when you're out there squaring up against somebody else from another town who's trying to take your head off.
So, but, you know, I mean, I can't argue with wide scoring margins either. As the extra point goes through, it makes it 44-20 with 16 seconds left. Makes it look a little closer than it really was here. Don't have any stats.
We'll have them for Hawk Talk. Tune in to Hawk Talk this week.
Next Thursday night. It's been a lot of fun. You know, we do Hawk Talk every week. Myself and Tyler, and highlights from all the sports here at Decatur. We've shown all kinds of stuff.
Absolutely. I tell you what, and the way the golf team swings it.
Yeah,
I meant that if you caught that at the end about getting a lesson.
Yeah,
I
did
would
catch
love
that.
any of those kids.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll see during my planning period if we can go to Eagles or something and hit the range.
And we called it, like we said on the broadcast. By the time you see this, they're probably going to be Bayside champions, and they are. Yeah,
and they are
3 times in a row, says Ron Kinnair. 3-time defending state or Bayside champions.
Bayside champs.
So they'll move on to state competition now.
I can't.
And
I golfed a year in high school, and I cannot. I can't tell you how that postseason is
it's
for
weird because there's a team and then there's also individual. But a strong golf team with Cole Kohut, Sam Bogart, Evan Oglesby. There was another guy whose name we read all the time. I can't think of his name. Clayton McCabe.
Clay McCabe. Clay. Yeah, Clay can swing it, man.
Yeah. So here's another kick that's going to go right out of bounds. Yeah. Oh, what was that guy doing?
Ball goes out of bounds.
I don't remember what happened, but that's going to be a flag too. That one's kicked out of bounds. So we got about 16 seconds left in the game that will never end.
Yeah, I'll be interesting to see. You know, I'm going to try and tune in and with what goes on with North Carolina and Kent Island next week.
Yeah.
That's a big Bayside North matchup right there.
Yeah.
So.
Talking about other sports, field hockey's had a great year. I think they're 7-2. I heard today, right? The first winning season for that program since like 1996. or something.
Yeah,
they're leading the Bayside in goals and goals against. So congratulations to the Griffins who have really built that program over the last few years. A lot of great girls on that team. So we're just going to kneel it down here.
And we want to make sure all of our and all student athletes out in the Bayside or whoever's watching, but in homecoming, let's make great decisions. Parents, if you're watching, grandparents alike, encourage your kids to make smart decisions. And even if things get tricky or a little bit dicey, to make a phone call, you know, and get a ride or help things out. You know, being a health teacher, I'm just trying to preach that all week long to these kids. Man,
fireworks going off. Congrats to these guys. Thanks to Adam Gardner. Thanks to Ron Kinnair. Thanks to David Dodson. Thanks to you, my man, Tyler Riley. We'll be
Mr.
back
Hughes.
here October 27th for the Parkside game. Hopefully we'll be looking at an undefeated season at that point.
And the Phillies in the World
and
Series.
The Phillies in the World Series. If the Orioles are out, I guess I'll take the Phillies.
Come on, hop on the wagon, baby.
All right, we'll see you next time, everybody. Hawkamania, tune in October 27th for the next home game against Parkside. We'll see you then.
All right, see you guys.